Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Airstreamers, where you never know which streamer will ride together. You never know where we are. We just literally came back from a dinner. I don't know what the plan is to talk about this dinner or not, but it was quite an experience. But we are here.
I feel like we talk about everything and anything, and so anything that moves your I don't know what moves your Ghiblies. I don't know.
What?
Is fair game. Why did the light turn off for the thing?
I don't know. It's probably like, no, they don't deserve to be on after that disaster of a dinner. But we are here, folks, and I'm very happy to be here. I have to be honest.
I am very happy to be here. I'm glad that it's done. I'm just done.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
This was quite an experience.
More importantly, folks, I am antibiotic free. And that is the Lord's word.
No, the mole people in the sky made you antibiotic free. So
I
just
can
a
drink
reminder.
tonight, and there's there are 2 shots in the bank, and we stopped. I mean, folks, the mole people in the sky really deliver, because this place we're like, we need to stop on the way home because we don't have tequila, and of course, on our way to this.
That's what you got? You got tequila?
Yeah, because I think we're almost out, right?
Oh, you prepared yourself for your 3 potential shots.
I was just saying, we're going to need it at some point. Oh my God,
you can't take 3 shots, potentially.
Oh, I can.
Oh. Talk about Star Wars. Like, we're going to talk about Star Wars because it's going to be like, wow.
There's a lot of people to thank already.
Keep going.
As we're driving up, I'm like, we need to stop at a liquor store on the way up. I'm like dry as a desert right now. I haven't had a drink in 7 days. And so I've been really good. And now on our way up, literally the 2 buildings before, there was a street, and 2 buildings is a liquor store right at where this venue was.
Literally. Can you just type in Bernie Cam? Right? No, it's all set. Just start typing.
Where?
Oh, you messed it up. Just start typing Bernie Cam. Capital Bernie Cam. There you go.
Do you know Bernie was on there today? And I was like, what is happening? Because we moved the Yoda. I think he has something against Grogu.
Well, also, I think the situation that presented itself this week, he probably found some sort of safe space on this thing in Eloise's bed. So there's a lot to talk about. One thing I want to just mention, the venue we were just in was incredibly small and super loud. And I feel like I was just screaming the whole time trying to talk to people. So my voice is already sort of gone, just FYI. In case I sound weird, I'm not like, this is not COVID, knock on wood, or anything. Yeah. But not yet, after tonight, I mean, who knows what's going to happen. We are 2 minutes away from entering a level 3 hype train. And just a reminder, Christopher can drink tonight. And he has banked some
2 shots. Let's be clear, because I'm...
Yeah.
Oh my God, 23 PV.
Thank you so much for the bits. The Ghiblies, the bits and Ghiblies. I just remembered Bentley is your favorite and got Bernie. Wait, and not Bernie. Oh, that's so funny.
You know what?
There's lots to catch
there
up on,
is so much. I feel like we're like already in that. You know, when we start late, we just like hit the ground running, because when we start late, like when you do drag and
are you?
No, I'm giving the example of when Champagne Bubbles was here. And we started late that night, and it was like we just hit the ground running.
Yes, okay.
Not because you're late. You're always on time with drag.
Thank you. I got nervous that like you're like a minute late. You're like labeling me as Mr. Late all the time.
No. And so I don't know where I was going with that now, because you just got wildly offended for no reason.
I think where you were going
because
with
we hit the ground running.
Yeah,
and so I feel like there's so many people to thank for the hype train. There are a lot of things to talk about between Tuesday and now, between the property and
Another one of those little sounds. Daughter. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will thank everybody for sure for all of the support. But it's been a day. It has been a day. I feel like I've been stressed about this for like months now, and I'm so relieved and can hang out with folks, do our little thing, and then enjoy the night. And
that's how I feel. And look, earlier someone said, dish, like, tell us what happened tonight. I will say high level, it wasn't necessarily anything sort of juicy that I can share with you all. It just was an experience that I
think it was just more uncomfortable.
There are lots of discomfort.
Like there's a lot of tension.
Lots of discomfort and lots of tension. And I feel very happy.
And look, I think that I'm the reason there's tension, but I'm not backing down. Like I don't have any intention to make things comfortable because you know what? I feel like I'm always on the defensive. I'm always there to like defend something or be the punching bag or whatever in these events. And I finally just decided it's not freaking worth it.
No.
And so me going in, keeping my head down, doing my own thing, talking to the people who I get enjoyment talking to is what I've just come to realize is the right path forward. And I don't care if people don't like me. I don't care if they're upset by it because I've already dealt with all of that. And so if you're on the receiving end of it now, then so be it. Yeah. I mean,
better than that.
Yeah, that was like a wet fish.
Yeah. Ugh. Terrible. Like I smacked you with a wet noodle. Yes, to all of that. 1,000,000% yes. And a quick question I just happened to see was, did your brother say hi to you? He did, and
I was just cold.
Pretended that things were completely and utterly normal.
My thing today was that I did not want to make it a fight and make it about us. Like I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to talk it out. I didn't want to do any of that because it's not the place. It's not the time. It's just not. And so it was like, we can all just go in and be people and strangers, whatever, sit down, eat dinner, and done. That's all that has to happen. It doesn't have to be that you have to put a face on. Yeah. And so him coming in like everything is totally normal and we're good, and to show face for what? There was a question
of like, what's going on?
So how's work? And I'm like, what? When have you ever asked me how work was?
So most importantly, I need to say, amidst all of this, the being there to observe Chris's parents celebrating their 50th year of being legally married and lovingly married is remarkable.
No, that was great. And
I got teary-eyed at some point right in the beginning. I felt very like, I think I yelled at you at one point. Chris was being very stubborn about going up to like be there when the parents come in. Because he was just angry and it was overwhelming.
Look, I was very clear. Very clear from the moment that this started to the moment that like we entered the door of what I was willing to participate in regarding tonight.
Exactly.
And I feel like it was the bait and switch where it will just get you to agree to come and then you're going to have to do all these things.
We'll pretend
and I was like, no. I'm a stubborn gay. No.
Aren't we all? And at some point early on in it, Chris's siblings were like, come on. You know, just whatever. Like, come up to be there for the mom and his mom and dad. And he's like, no. And he immediately goes on like the offensive. And I'm like, Chris, like just take a breath. It's okay. You don't have to go up there, but like don't start.
Shelly totally nailed it. I literally did it for my parents. Yes, I did not do it for my siblings.
A bajillion percent.
And that's literally what I like. My mom was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here." I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm here for you and dad. That's it."
And
like,
I felt very good about our like. I love your mom and dad, and I think that I felt genuinely that they were very happy.
No, my mom said, I'm so happy you're here. Yeah. Like when I was sitting next to her, like, yeah. And of course, like that, that's why we went. Otherwise we would have just been like, no, like we'll pay our part to fund the party and then that's it. But I was like, I'll go only for my mom and dad. But like, that doesn't change anything else with, there's no other expectations. That's it.
So just to housekeeping, we have a minute left with only 14% left towards level 5. You all are phenomenal and thank you for the support. We will individually thank you in just a second, but I want to say that there was a point where I got separated from Chris. And I told Chris,
did you read your text though yet?
I said, I don't know how to act in this. And I do not want to leave your side, literally joined at the hip. And then it's like, Chris is eating dinner elsewhere. I'm elsewhere. And I was just like,
I was very clear. And that's again the bait and switch where I said,
look, I don't want to sound like this is about me or I'm complaining.
No, I said.
However, I managed, and I have to be honest, you all were a part of the conversation tonight because someone had asked me, so what's up with you? How's it going? And I'm like,
because we haven't seen them in two or 3 years.
And I said, well, let me tell you, there's a lot to talk about. And so I unloaded like, we've done this, we did this, we have this Twitch channel that's amazing, and this and that, and I can't wait to go back and stream and get out of here in front of you. I don't want to be here anymore. I didn't say it like that, but I did very much say like we're gonna go soon. I said because we knew early on in doing this that we're going to leave to stream tonight because it was Friday.
Yeah, and
they were like, tell us all about that. What's it like? And it was like a bunch of people who just I don't want to sound mean because they were but I don't think that they have
joy in life. I think that they're.
I don't want to sound mean. You're like, they're miserable. No, what I'm trying to say is I think me and Chris make sure that amidst our lives, we still do things that bring us joy. Whether it's this, whether it's Muskrat Nation, whether it's camping, whether it's playing video games.
No, it's
we make sure this is a part of our lives.
100%, and I think that's exactly what life is all about. If you're miserable doing it, then I think you're doing it wrong.
They will not join the stream. Pink NS. I'm dead.
Imagine, but if they did, it would be fine. I'll take the view count if they.
Yes. So, Chris, listen. This is what I propose. I'm going to get the shots. I will bring up a few. Can you please thank some folks for...
I'm going to thank all the folks.
How just... Already, we're 10 minutes in, I feel, and I'm just already just like...
Do you know
I'm home. That's how I feel.
Yeah, totally. You know where the shot glasses are? Because am I going to just are you bringing the bottle and I'm refilling it? What's the protocol?
I was going to bring them all individually. Like, I will bring them all to you.
Okay, there's the set of like the ones that will match. So do you know which ones they are?
The ones that look the same?
Yeah. That you'll find. How many? I'm taking 4 shots.
No, 3.
No, and then you have one. So there's one
that
has 4 glasses.
Back. You could like spread them out throughout the night. No, there was no rules on that.
Okay, that's true. But yeah. And there's wine o'clock tonight, so we're going
You're going hard. I am not. I'm doing my norm. Okay. So I will be back. Please,
I'm gonna get banned from Twitch tonight. I will. I'm gonna catch up on everyone.
And also from the beginning. To start, because I feel like I missed the beginning, thank you all for even being here. And thank you for saying hi. And thank you for kicking off the stream so wonderfully. And happy Friday to you all. Katie.
Do you know,
before I go, did you check to see if there was Jackson Triggs or whatever that was in that wine shop? Yeah, I bet you didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. And that probably had it.
The agent though was very nice, or the
agent
who
calls a wine cellar an agent, the cashier.
Yeah, I feel like he was
the worker.
He was elevated. I feel like maybe he owned it and he was just doing the job.
I need to get a muskrat.
Eloise, I think, was requested.
Muskrat love. I think there's a language lesson.
Oh my God, we've got so much work to do. Okay, look, I'm catching up from the beginning, folks. So I'm going to thank you all for this hype train individually. Let me see where we left off. Scroll. Leslie Tillman gave out a community sub an hour ago, which was before the stream, but super sweet. Leslie, if you're on, thank you. Patsy, holy cow, 17 months. Patsy, 17 months. Thank you. And Beach Please right behind her at 13 months. Said whoop whoop, lucky 13. Thank you, Beach Please. 23 PB, I know you were contributing to the hype train a lot, so I'm going to be thanking you a bunch of times. Thank you for the 100 bits. Mozzie resubbed tier 1, 16 months. Holy cow, Mozzie. Thank you. Doggy Pack, 100 bits. Thank you. Katie Dim, thank you for the bits. Patsy, 400 bits. Thank you. Shelly, Too Shy for You. I know you're in here a bunch of times. Thank you so much for the bits. 23 PB gave out community sub. Brittany Peanut, 112 bits. Brittany Peanut knows I love those like randos. So thank you. Jay Grizz, thank you for the 10 bits. Shelly, thank you again. 23 PB got the little Sonic noise, 1,000 bits. Thank you. Jay Grizz, another set of bits. Thank you. And also Lena, Sia's daughter, gave out the Sonic noise as well, 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. Shelly will do the language lesson when Elias comes back. Thank you, Wendy, for the 100 bits. Cooking Sherry, 500 bits. Thank you. Thank you again, Shelly. S. Stromberg, 100 bits. Thank you. Wendy, 100 bits. 23 PB, another Sonic noise, 1,000 bits. Thank you. Katie Dim, thank you again. Sia's daughter, 600 bits. What?
Take them and put them in. Take them individually.
Oh, okay. This is a serving platter. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm gonna get so wrecked.
Well, that one. Well, those are not all yours.
No, I'm just putting them here. You can have them when you come back. 23 BB, 200 bits. Wendy, 100 bits. Thank you, Shelly. 23 PB, 19 bits. Again, thank you. 23 PB, you had so much to do with this, along with a bunch of others. Lena, 400 bits. Thank you. Katie Dim, thank you. Patsy, Jay Grizz, Kyle the organizer. Oh, thank you. 300 bits. Shelly, Too Shy for You, gifted a community sub. Elias, can you believe I'm still going?
Yeah.
And you're right on time because Lana is with us for 14 months.
Holy McMolly.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Honestly, thank you so much for the support. I mean, we were here and both of us were looking forward to coming back and doing the stream. And here we are, living our best life, and I have a lot of shots in front of me. This is going to be a disaster. I didn't even really eat that much at dinner.
Oh, that's another thing about the food. Oh, forget it. Well, Night Viper said to Kyle he couldn't drink last week, so he's making up for it. So I'm assuming that means there was a question about why Chris is taking a bajillion shots.
I think Kyle asked why I'm taking 3 shots. So yeah, Kyle, we had hype trains on Saturday and Tuesday, and I could not take shots because I was on antibiotics for my tooth implant thing. And so I promised the community that I would bank them and then take them tonight, and I'm questioning my life choices.
Yeah, I don't know if last week maybe you were just like, yes,
I'm like, yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And now you're just like, also,
I'm gonna
folks,
have to nurse my wine when it comes around.
We've been talking, and many comments have come in, and there were many that I sort of picked up on just at a quick glance and looked. If I missed one of your comments, I apologize. Did the brother said hi? I'm trying to scroll down, and there was a couple of ones that I wanted. Oh, not all at once. What's the fun in that? Oh, interesting.
Let's see what.
Whoa, Chris is about to be lit. Chris is gonna get messed up. Where's the fun in pacing yourself? Oh wow, everyone really wants you to just go whole hog right now.
Do you know I lost my at dinner? I think I told you, Elias, but at dinner I lost my first stitch, dissolved, and came.
Oh, gross!
It was so gross,
Ew.
and I didn't know what to do.
I told you that was gonna be weird when it
didn't know. I don't think I've ever had dissolvable stitches before.
Oh, it's so weird. Too short for you. There was no lube because we did it on the way home from there to keep it all very timely, so we can be here right on time for you all.
I did one of those weirdo, like with the napkin or the.
Oh, what
I didn't know I wasn't gonna swallow it. It'd be like I'd grow thread in my stomach.
That's not how it works. If that's how it works, then like people would just buy dissolvable thread and put it in water, and then like wake up to a ball of yarn.
And like that's how embroidery works.
It doesn't work that way.
Water my patches.
Oh, happy birthday, Jen Brambilla.
Yes.
Did you say that?
No, but Jen, there is something small in the mail for you because we love you and you do all of our work for us maintaining the patches. And so I wanted to just put something small in the mail for you. So happy birthday, Jen.
Oh, there's the oh, and Lana. Yes, Lana is with us for a baby and a half. I birthed a baby and half approximately. Oh, wow. I finally saw the trailer for House of Dragons. It looks so good, and I love Matt Smith. If Matt Smith is what I'm thinking of, I also love Matt Smith. I did not watch the trailer for House of Dragons. I'm so annoyed by the end of whatever garbage Game of Thrones is ending that I'm legitimately so put off by the ending that I'm not nearly as excited as I should be for it. I did watch the Kenobi trailer. There was a Nintendo. What am I saying? Disney tweeted and said, like, take a look at the new Darth Vader in the Kenobi trailer. And I watched it and it's great, but it was just a visual of Darth Vader. I mean, it wasn't anything. It was like even like a chest shot. It wasn't anything crazy. But I am excited and pumped for the fact that it is Hayden Christensen who is back, or Christian Haydenson, as you say, who is back to fulfill his role.
Christian Haydenson
is back to fulfill his role as Darth Vader.
Does he still look good? What did he worked Nothing. The Darth Vader?
Christian Haydenson?
Yeah.
Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen. Darth Vader.
Yeah. And Canakin? Cananin? Wait, what would Anakin
I don't know.
Be backwards?
No, it's not backwards. Anakin Skywalker would be Sanakin Eyewalker.
Oh, like
jeez, Chris, you can't even follow.
Okay, well, let's get I didn't even have my shot yet.
OG Steve.
Listen, folks, buckle up because it's Friday night.
Also, OG Steve, as you can tell from our night, it has been absolutely bonkers of an evening. So I haven't had a chance to message you on Discord to figure out a time. We need to figure out some time to discuss our collective thoughts on Star Wars. And I think it's great to do it over Zoom audio. We could just do the mics and stuff. Because you mentioned you have a mic. So we'll figure that out. It's going to happen, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, Bernie is into the lights. Look at him.
Oh, my God, he's so funny.
Bernie.
And I agree with Chrissy that the GOT ending was, in fact, that terrible. It was not that terrible. No. That has no place here. It was a steaming pile of garbage. Like dung beetles collected all of their dung.
No, but that's nice and organized.
Lit it. Yeah, that's true. Actually.
So it's like if a dung beetle was like sloppy and just.
So my side of the bed's dung beetle equivalent.
It would be like Katamari, but with dung beetles.
Yeah. Yeah. It was garbage. Trash. All right.
I'm kicking this song off. I've been not able to partake in the fun, the festivities of celebrating the disco party.
You have not for a little bit of time. Canonin, my stalker. That's a good one.
All right, let's cheers this one, Elias. Cheers to the community and having fun in life.
Yeah, seriously.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you for the support.
Really, truly thank you. Considering that we were at a place like that and now we're here with like our friends and family here. This is
our chosen friends and family.
This is it. So cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Ooh, yeah.
Is this the new one or is this the
old one?
Okay, so good. It's like cold, at least. Well, it feels like it's Saturday. No, Elias, I'm not done having my party.
Oh, you're doing it Back to back?
I think
oh my God, you're going to vomit.
No, I won't. That's what the community asks.
Folks.
It's what the community demands, I would say. And they've supported us all week long during my dry spell. And so I feel like I need to just return the favor in all of the support that they've given to the community.
Oh, so here we go.
Do you want to pretend to shot with me?
I don't even know if I can handle that, but yeah, sure. Cheers.
Cheers.
Get it?
Oh, it feels like it's Tuesday.
Oh, I get what you're doing.
I'm going through the hype trains that I missed out. My little like
get the garbage ready.
2 stitches ready.
Dry spell of 7 days. Do we have this looped, or is it going to just abruptly end?
Well, it better finish up before it ends then.
Do it.
Cheers. Thank you, everybody.
Cheers.
I've paid my dues back to the community. Thank you for the support. Oh, look, right on time.
Perfect ending to a week's worth of shots. Holy McMolly. Steve, I will say
it's gonna be a thing tonight.
I will say, Steve, that I do not disagree with you that the level of hype that was created for that show was way more than the show could handle, for sure.
For what? For Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. However, I think that, and again, my opinion, this is not right or wrong, of course. I think that if it was George R.R. Martin, who had already successfully written the books for those endings, for that sequence of story, it would have been 500% better. Maybe still
because
bad,
they have something to work towards.
The fact that he said to them, here's the ending that I want here. So here's the ending that I want. I've left you off here. Make it up until you reach this point. That's what happened. And therefore, I think it was a steaming pile of garbage because they are not George R.R. Martin. The reason why that show exists well is because George R.R. Martin.
When you have a bunch of writers and everybody, like, look, think about how a meeting goes at work. If you have somebody who's driving the ship and says, this is how we're going to do things, and not that a dictatorship is always the right path forward, but somebody who has a vision for something and then everybody sort of falls in line and says, and this also goes in line kind of with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like weirdly.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
But when you have a million cooks in the kitchen and everybody's trying to get their take on what the story should be to get to that endpoint, I feel like it's a recipe for disaster. And we literally saw it play out.
Yep. Totally. And I agree, Steve, that it is I almost just said a mind F, a time suck of a situation for reading the books, because I also read, you said 100 pages, I read like 50 pages of content that I already witnessed happening on screen. And it was kind of like a little too similar. And like, I wasn't getting much joy from the book from that perspective. But here's the thing. Imagine if you were an OG nerd from like late 80s, early 90s, and you are, and not to say that particular era birthed nerds, I'm just saying from my perspective, and if you loved that book series and you just loved it so much, you thought it was so good, and then fast forward like 20, 30 years, and then the show appears, how much joy. You probably were living through like, I can't even believe this is a part of my life, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those folks most of all, because they were the original. They were the ones who made it a thing. They're the ones who knew early on that it's a thing that I can't wait to watch more of. And then it dropped the ball.
I feel like the
showrunners
who were like producing the show in the earlier seasons when they had content to work with were really good and skilled at producing that content, realizing the story,
yes,
telling the story both visually and through dialogue. But then when their roles, you know, like people are sometimes have really good at jobs and then they get like a promotion and then they're like, suck at that job. Mm-hmm. And I feel like then they got moved into, hey, now you got to write the story. And then they were like,
and on top of it, do the rest
and
of
then
what
do
you've
what
been
you've
doing.
been doing.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, what?
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for that.
Yeah.
But I think we should change. It's Star Wars week,
I know.
so we should talk about
Totally. But I want to mention the Lost finale because it's been talked about on this chat tonight. I have a gajillion thoughts that I have about the Lost finale. I'm wagering to say that many of you feel a way. You either liked it or didn't. Like, it's very, very polarizing. And I would like to one day visit that. Not tonight, but I want to visit it because I have memories, thoughts, ideas about it. And I want you all to experience what we went through and share and commiserate and, you know, maybe feel better by the end of the night. But tonight is Star Wars night. So we're going to talk about Star Wars episodes 4 through 6. Totally, OG Steve.
The Peter principle is that you get promoted until you're above your abilities. Oh, interesting. I don't want to be promoted. I kind of like my role right now. I don't want any more responsibility. Is that weird?
Cheddar. No, I don't think that's weird.
Like, I'm kind of just like, I'm like...
Listen, you're doing all sorts of wonderful things.
I like my life.
You
I like
have a
my
very
job.
nice balance of work and home, and why
I don't want any more
mess
stress.
that up. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. But listen,
TTV Ninja is on again tonight.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for jumping on.
I do want to get to Star Wars. So I am going to put Chris on the spot and make you all yell at him.
Don't yell at me. I've seen it already.
No. When you watch it with a purpose, when you watch it as homework for like a job, and you need to take...
It's not a job, Elias.
It's the wrong word. When you do it with a purpose, it's a different watching experience than when you're just watching it to like watch a movie. My point is that Chris didn't finish Return of the Jedi last night. You know who did? I did. And I stayed up. I took my notes. I did my yes-no
assignment.
I did my yes-no rating scale, and I have thoughts. Chris,
okay, so wait,
snoring next to me.
Okay, so let's start with episode 4.
We're going to start with episode 4. Katie, I don't know. I actually don't know where Lost has ended up on. Maybe Hulu, I want to say. Or I don't think it's on Netflix anymore. Or
Lost?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Paramount because it was Fox and then...
No, it wasn't. It was ABC. So where did ABC land
No,
on?
ABC is Disney.
Okay, but what does that mean? Like
ABC is Disney, so is
what
it on
show would it have? What streaming service?
Disney Plus.
No, Christopher. It is not a Disney Plus show.
What does that mean?
ABC is content that's made by Disney.
Then Hulu.
Maybe
Hulu is owned by Disney.
Do we have an answer? Because I'm Googling it. It's Hulu. Yeah, I think it's Hulu. It made its
no
way to
yub
Hulu.
nub for Chris tonight. What does that mean?
I don't know, but it is.
Steve, I don't know.
Paul said Disney Plus too. No, it's definitely Hulu now. Yeah, it's Hulu.
Well, it's interesting because Hulu and Disney Plus, I feel like they're not competitors, but they're like, there's a definite crossover there, and it should be rebranded as the combination to like Hulu plus Disney or something.
Moving on.
Can we?
I agree about Downton Abbey and also Queer as Folk as well. But we're guiding the conversation back to Star Wars. Here's the thing, folks. Episodes 4, 5, and 6 are OG to the point where I would argue they changed the landscape of movie watching experiences.
I think what's
forever.
Yeah,
I would say
absolutely.
That's how it started.
And I think what's really interesting is when we're watching it, and you've said this to me, and I don't think that I would really be aware of this if you're sort of you're my lighthouse for entertainment. Like, I feel like I kind of I'm like on a ship somewhere, just, looking for Wilson on an island somewhere, and I'm just in the water somewhere. I don't know. I'm out there. And all I'm saying is that you guide me to a lot of these things that I would have never known about entertainment.
Okay, so where does that leave us?
And so what I was going to say is that I don't really think I would know that the Star Wars we watch today is different than Star Wars that was released in the 80s.
Okay, which actually leads me to this question that Steve is mentioning, or not mentioned, a statement about Yub Nub. Steve, I did not know the name was Yub Nub, but I did know it existed, and if Chris was awake last night, I would have had this conversation with him.
Wait, what's a Yub Nub?
It's the name of the song that's at the end of the 6th episode when they're celebrating before he interjected with all the
when they have
when they go back to Naboo and like they show that
when they're
CGI.
all like the fireworks and everything.
Yeah, the
and
song they have is like different. And I have to tell you, when I was younger, I absolutely loved getting to that point, which I can't believe we're starting at the end, but getting to that point and experiencing that celebration. And now I guess realizing that I was listening to Yub Nub, I loved that song. And I was very disappointed when they switched it to the new one, which leads me to my main question. Here's my thought, okay? And I'm curious what you all think. I have thoughts on this that goes both ways. If you all don't know, episodes 4, 5, and 6, they came out in 1977, 1981, or 82.
How does everybody know Yub Nub? I've never heard of Yub Nub.
So, my thing is, what we watch now, if anybody wants to choose to watch Star Wars, you will not watch what was out in the theaters then. It has not lasted the test of time. What happened was, in 2004, after episodes 1, 2, and 3 had now come out and sort of been done with, like they came out in DVDs and people own them and like a box set or whatever, what George Lucas decided to do was use this as an opportunity to resell his older movies, which was 4, 5, and 6. And while doing that...
Which is really smart.
Totally smart. But while doing that...
it's like if we just,
movies.
If we just take episode 100 and then change it to 200 in like Photoshop, and then just add in a couple of like random scenes of us just walking around to cut between them, it would
literally
be the same.
Not that. It would be as if we took 100, deleted the original 100, downloaded the 100, and added in a couple scenes. And then if we said to people, go back and watch 100, that new version of 100 was the 100 we put out back then.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
And so that's what happened here. George Lucas decided that he's going to go back and tinker with the original episodes, 4, 5, and 6. So there were many changes across all 3 of the movies.
Some of them I think are good, to be honest. I think some of them are a little bit weird.
One of the things I wrote here was, initially I said, thoughts on the new elements. Like, do we like them or not? And I genuinely think there are elements of it that I think
my answer is sometimes.
But I think sometimes it's like a little bit not like necessary, and in fact worse. Like the Yub Nub song, I think just get rid of the new song. I think Yub Nub was so much better. I also think the
can we find that? Is that still on the internet somewhere?
I'm sure it exists somewhere, but it's like erased. And by the way, folks, in case you are unaware, when we refer to something as canon means like it is in fact the real story that's intended to be like experienced.
Yeah, that's like a church term.
Is it?
I think so.
So this is the new canon. Like what the 2004 versions of episodes 4, 5, and 6 are is the new reality. Like it erased some other stuff. So this idea that Han shot first, the reason why that's a big sticking point to some people is because back when he did have that scene and he was talking to Greedo and he did shoot first, it kind of created this edginess to his character where like, oh shoot, like he can shoot, like he's like a badass that like, oh, I don't care about you talking to me. I don't care what you're saying. I'm going to just kill you, which I think is what potentially led George Lucas to like get to that point and adjust it because it was a little bit almost like too violent. So it's these kinds of little differences.
Maybe he didn't know where that character was going to go. He was...
but
Harrison
they knew by 2004. What are you talking about?
No, the 2004 was when he corrected it. But I'm saying in like the 80s, maybe he wanted him to seem like he was like more aggressive than he actually is.
Right.
And then when he got to 2004 and he kind of adjusted for it so that Greedo?
Yeah, Greedo.
Greedo shot first so that it made him less of the antagonist in the situation.
I'm seeing something about a quiz, trivia. Remember that there will absolutely be trivia tonight, and I'm giving you all a little bit more time. You're going to get 25 seconds, which is 10 seconds more than last time. We're going to do that later. And I may, in fact, give you some hints along the way if I remember what they are, because it's been a day. Yeah, Paul said, imagine if in 20 years Elias changes the orange cat in the background to a blue monster to this episode. That's what it is.
So the lips, like the one with like the little vacuum snout thing.
In episode 6, not a fan of that one.
I'm not a fan
for
of that. For
me, that is a no-go. I'm not a fan for that one at all.
The old one, though, I think was like a puppet that had a similar figure, but obviously wasn't like as...
Well, it wasn't CG at all.
No, it wasn't as... like it didn't have as much movement because like they couldn't.
It's just a puppet. Yeah. Speaking of the Yoda that I learned about this today. Yoda in episode 6, when he's sort of moving about, or I'm sorry, episode 5, when he's moving about a little bit, like walking on like the dirt and stuff. There was a person it was like a person who was 4'4" that they hired to put him into a costume that looked like Yoda.
Yeah.
And he would be on his knees. So he was already too tall at 4'4" to like accommodate.
Yeah.
And they would film this person as he would move about so that they had the like sort of like stomach up shot of him moving. And he was never credited for that role.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but I think it was intended.
No, that's bogus.
No. Like, I think it was like a part of the like spiel. Apparently, this person wasn't credited for a lot of things, and I wonder if it's like the person who chose to just say like, "I'll do this," but I don't want any sort of like acclaim or fame. He was the Willy Wonka original like Oompa Loompas. What are they? Yeah, the Oompa Loompas. He was
all of them.
All 300 or something like that.
No,
I may be wrong on which version of Willy Wonka.
Okay,
but I did.
No, this is a magic person.
So the Jedi rock scene in Jabba Palace with CGI Sly Noodles also looks terrible. Yes, it does.
I feel like the CGI that we're seeing now, that probably like in 2004 we were like, oh, that looks good. Now it's kind of doesn't hold up.
That's the problem. I said to Chris, one of the elements
sort of
why
that where you're crossing that.
Rubicon?
Remember, like, where you're
I know
you're kind of thinking of like when it gets so close to realism that there's that point where it looks weird instead of looking good.
And I don't think the effects had
here. It was kind of at that weird tipping point.
You know how nowadays, like in today's world, we live in a world where, spoiler alert, a little bit, I'm not going to say names, but there are characters that no longer exist. There are actors that are no longer young who are acting in certain Star Wars scenes, in certain episodes, or in certain TV shows that look young, like they've made them to look young. And I feel like we definitely have made progress and we're at a point where it looks kind of indistinguishable. But I think what George Lucas was trying to do back in like late 90s, early 2000s.
Well, he was always kind of pushing the envelope. And so even if you think, if going back to episode 4, 5, 6, I mean 4 especially, I would say, when that scene opens up with like the Star Cruiser kind of like floating over the top of the camera and it going towards the planet is remarkable. I mean, that camera work is so cool, and like the detail and everything on the ship. Like, he could have made it a super smooth ship that still would have conveyed the same concept, but the little details, it's like nooks texture and crannies of the ship really kind of give it a sense of scale, that those little like parts of it are something. And I think that's really like just an attention to detail kind of
thing. For
thing.
sure. OG Steve said, I'm sorry, Jen said, can someone tell me why Obi-Wan just let Darth Vader kill him? There was no fight. Would I know more if I watched the movies? Here's my answer. There's no direct answer here like that is fully on board right. But what I think happened, and
no, I think I know the answer to this.
And actually OG Steve just said it too, is there, if you watch 1, 2, 3, and then you watch 4, 5, 6, you are given this idea that Obi-Wan is put on Tatooine to protect Luke, and along the way learn some stuff about becoming this sort of like Force ghost situation, right? We don't know what that's like, and in my opinion, I think the show Obi-Wan.
Wait, no, I mean they literally at the end of episode 3, the last conversation that Yoda has with Obi-Wan is, "I'm sending you to Tatooine, and you have like I'm giving you a mission."
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
that
saying.
Mission is to learn the becoming a Force ghost afterwards.
Literally just said that.
But what I'm saying is that he knew that, he had trained for that, and then when he finally confronted Vader and got chopped by him, it was because he knew that he could influence Anakin or
because
Luke.
He fulfilled that mission.
Well, he fulfilled it, but he knew he could be more influential as a Force ghost than he could be as a person.
For sure.
And at the same time, he wouldn't really... I feel like if he were a person and with Luke side by side, it's kind of like doubling up the risk for Luke being attacked by Vader.
Absolutely.
And so if he's just a ghost, I feel like he's kind of like
safe and can still do his job.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the TV show Obi-Wan.
Like, who knows if he's like going to the bathroom at some point as a human and then something important happens to Luke.
Oh, of course. I mean,
and he can't communicate with him. But now as a ghost, he can literally just be sitting on the porta potty and he can talk to him and be like, "Hey, by the way, Vader's a problem."
Can I finish my thought?
Yes.
The show Kenobi, that's premiering May 27th, is likely, in my mind, going to show us that experience of what happened post 3 and pre-6 with pre-4 with regards to this training. Whatever this mysterious training is that we never knew anything about.
I'm very curious about it.
With the ghost stuff and the Force stuff. Qui-Gon apparently knew of it and was able to do it beforehand. One thing I will say...
That's a little shady.
Why did Darth Vader have a Force ghost? That's my thing. How did he learn?
Well,
who taught him?
No, but he was part of the Sith, and they kind of learned all the stuff because they didn't care. But my bigger question is, how did Qui-Gon do it without going against the Council? That's my question. Because Qui-Gon learned... Qui-Gon... So...
Qui-Gon learned from Yoda.
No, I don't think so.
Qui-Gon's master was Yoda.
Are you sure? No, I mean, are you sure that he learned that Yoda knew of this, or... I feel like he went off and he did some shady like DL stuff, and then he went and learned something that he shouldn't have learned, and then became a Force ghost.
I do not think so. I think that there's a world before episode 1. And I think in that world of whatever that's before episode 1, he learned properly how to use this Force ghost sort of thing. You know? Go us nerds. I suppose each one of the trilogies, there's a tragic murder by a Sith Lord. Obi-Wan is more powerful as a Force ghost than in corporeal form. Yes, that's, I think, ultimately what we've come down to. OGC. Well, Industrial Light and Magic is a terrific name for a company that they've done tons of great work, but as 1987 Silicon Graphics computer was made not up to the task. Holy crap, Deep Roy was the actor who was uncredited for Yoda. He's one of my favorite actors and also handsome in my honest opinion. That's crazy.
Who is this guy?
Deep Roy is the name. You can search them. And if you look at the trilogy, Obi-Wan gets more powerful in each movie. Episode 4, you hear his voice. Episode 5, he shows up as a ghost. In episode 7, he can now walk around and sit on things, etc. 23 PP2 says, you got it. You did. So does everyone know that Vader is Luke's father and no one tells Luke just to protect him? So who knows that by everyone, you mean Obi-Wan does know that
Obi-Wan knows Yoda knows.
Yoda knows. No one is telling Luke, because I think that they're just allowing the natural events to kind of unfold for the balance part of it. Like, that's how I think it should be.
When we were watching 4, 5, 6, I was very like, because we had just watched 1, 2, 3, I was very aware of like, what are the interactions between these characters. There are a couple weird things that happen with like Yoda interacting with R2 as kind of a new character, the smacking of him, like that playfulness. That's not like, oh, I knew you, but now I don't know you. Like,
yeah,
you know,
but here's my thing.
I understand it's a 20-year difference.
When you consider that you are a new filmmaker and you're trying to tell a story that's one movie's worth of story, so you can make some money and be cushy.
Oh my God, Jody is here.
I think that what I'm saying is good for George Lucas for even being able to form one movie that within that one movie was able to spawn the world of Star Wars that it did. It could have never gone past the one movie and it would have still been a good movie. But I think that when we do scrutinize what happens between 1, 2, 3, which came out after 4, 5, 6, there's a couple of moments where it kind of doesn't add up 100%.
I'm fine to forgive a lot of that. Yeah.
If the original idea that he had was, I'm going to sit here and use up $1 trillion of my dollars to make 9 movies one year after another, and if then the story wasn't cohesive, that's one part. But the fact that it went the way that it went, I forgive him. It's all fine. You know what I mean? Hi, Jody, and thank you.
Wait, so OG Steve said that there was supposed to be a scene with Qui-Gon and Yoda communicating, but it was never filmed. Like, communicating in Force World or
in episode 3. Like, episode 3 had
about
Yoda and Qui-Gon. Yes.
And Jody is 16 months. Thank you, Jody, and happy Friday.
Thank you. Katie, I am always open to new things, so of course I would always be open to buying and playing Formula One racing. It is not on the top of my list, but I'm certainly not opposed to it. I think the most recent one is F1 2021 for the PS5. What I would be more into, and this has nothing to do with Formula racing, but Gran Turismo, I think, is a super fun game that I was very much a fan of when I was younger. So the newest Gran Turismo, I think Gran Turismo 7, I want to say, is out, and that's a game that I would also be into playing.
Oh my God, Eloise is looking at us down the hallway.
She is confused.
She's like, "Where's my bed? Do you think she'd share with Bernie or no?"
I tried. I brought her before for one of the Muskrat.
And she bounced?
She bounced, yeah. The other thing is, in regards to these... Oh, Yoda... Brittany Peanut said that Yoda learns the Force ghosting in the Clone Wars series, which I do remember that now that we bring it up. We did watch the Clone Wars series, and there's an episode where he learned about it. Yeah, he learned about it. So that's what I'm saying. We never saw Darth Vader, which is Anakin, do it. And that's another weird sort of technicality, but maybe, especially in episode 4.
So maybe he goes into like Ghost World and he's in like purgatory. And then Qui-Gon is like, hey, friend who I had at some point, but then enemy, can you learn this stuff? And then he's like, yeah, fine. I'm just going to be sitting here. And then Anakin is like, okay, I'm going to learn it. And then Qui-Gon is like, I'm going to teach you it. And then that's when he becomes the Force Ghost.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, I think.
Does retcon mean retroactive canon? That may be. Oh, interesting. And yeah, there are definitely moments where I think there was a little bit of retconning going on. Jody, there were 3 shots that happened. In fact, I only did 1, of course, but Chris did 3.
No, I owed it to the community.
Why we should talk about why Empire Strikes Back is considered the best Star Wars film. Isn't Yoda like 900 years old? Yes, he is. He should have learned Force ghosting when he was like 50, so long ago. Actually, though, Paul, do you know Baby Yoda, like Grogu, who's not in fact Baby Yoda? He's 50 years old, so I don't think he would have learned. Baby Grogu is like a literal like toddler.
Oh wait, so, he's really 50?
Yeah, he's 50 years old.
How do you know that?
They said it at some point in The Mandalorian, and so, or I forgot who said it, but he's about 50 years old. And so what I think is going to happen is, if you were to say that, I would probably say like 200 or 300 years old, I would say like would be the appropriate Force Ghost learning time.
So what is the Social Security retirement age for a Yoda type species?
I don't know.
Because I'm saying he's 50 and he's just like kind of learning to get out of bed.
Yeah, and walk around.
Like retirement is what? Like 900? No, 900's when he kicked the bucket. So it's like, I don't know, like 600 is retirement age?
I would say. Maybe 700. I have to pee, but I have to say this comment. I don't think we talked about the ending of 3 last time, and I have to say chills at the whole reveal of Darth Vader. The sound, the first breath, James Earl Jones, amazing moment. Chills. Really remarkable stuff. Although, I'm going to nitpick that. I don't think that was James Earl Jones. I think that was, who would you say? Christian Haydenson's modified voice to sound like him. I might be wrong.
Are you sure?
But
can they even do that?
I think so. But I have to pee really bad. And Steve, yes, we're going to go over my list. I have my notes. I have my list of my yeses and stuff and no's. And I want to talk about them and share some thoughts that I have along the way. So BRB for a second. Go for it, Chris.
Oh, my God. Jody, thank you for... Oh, yeah, there are songs playing. Jody, thank you for gifting the subs to me, literally me. Oh. Ah, crap. I can't work this soundboard. Jody literally gifted a sub to me. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. 5 subs to the community. Super, super sweet of you. And I hope you have your couch wine ready because I've been on a dry spell now for 7 days because I was on antibiotics, and I paid back the community in my shots that they supported with the hype train. Oh my God, Bernie. Oh, he's loving it. Eloise, I'm sorry, but Eloise, I think you lost your bed. Oh my God, Bernie. So I did my shots. I paid back the community for all of that they did to support us. And then Jody comes in, 5 subs. And now Shelly, Too Shy For You, gifted a sub to the community. Thank you guys. And so, yeah, that's where the night has gone so far. And it's just beginning. And look at Bernie. Bernie's going to be me on the couch later tonight. Jody, it's all coming in now on the stream. Eloise is probably pissed right now. Look at her. She's like right down the hallway waiting. I don't know if she wants dinner or if she wants her bed back or what, but there's going to be hell to pay from Eloise tonight. Aw, Bernie and Bosco sleep exactly the same. It's so weird because Bernie sleeps like on his one arm, and we don't know. Tater Tot does it because I think he, like, when he broke his arm as a kitten, it maybe is more comfortable for him. But then I feel like he taught Bernie how to sleep like that, and Bernie is kind of just like, okay, fine.
I think so too.
I'm gonna do it.
Jody, oh my goodness, OMG, I'm going to Mexico on Monday, Tequila Fiesta. I didn't know that. Oh my God, I can picture the look on Eloise. Did you read these already? Am I like... Chris is out. He's gone. Did you have any booze at the party? Like a quarter of a glass of wine. And that by the time I came out, we were out. Like, wine at that point was actually not priority number 1.
Yeah, it was... Tonight was interesting. Very interesting.
OG Steve, Obi-Wan, he never listens. He's overly critical, and he's mean. What great acting from Hayden. Yes.
No,
terrible.
Christian.
Oh, sorry, Christian. Eloise is going to punish us and not show up for the stream for a month. Yeah, but look at Bernie, though. He's freaking cute.
Oh, he stretched before.
Can we switch to the cam? Because I need to show my notes. We need to talk about this.
Okay. And there is a patch tonight.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and... Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm just fixing the alerts.
I don't know why it does that.
I don't know.
Okay, so if y'all remember, let me get back here. So let me make sure I'm on Do Not Disturb. Imagine like a text comes in and it's like, Jesus Christ, these people on the stream, which would never. I'm just kidding. But if I'm gonna go back, Phantom Menace had -7 in terms of my yes/no rating. If you don't know what my yes/no rating is, as I'm watching, if the mole people in the sky move me to like something, it's a yes. If they move me to say actively nope, it's a no. If it's like I'm just watching and enjoying, it's nothing. Whatever. So Phantom Menace had -7. Attack of the Clones had a +2. And episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, had a +3
is really good. I'm going to say 3 is really good.
Very good.
It's
Kathy,
such
thanks
a good
for subscribing. 13 months.
What did I say? Bratch? Such a good bridge between 3 and 4.
Mayor, you may not like what I have to say tomorrow about what you just said, but we'll see. We'll leave that for tomorrow. Episode 4, A New Hope. I said to Chris, I'm like, we need to realize that as we're watching this, it should be considered as new. Like this stuff, the way this movie sort of tells the story was brand new for 1977.
Yeah, I mean, the text crawl is the first thing. It's really such a cool thing. It's very cool thing. Iconic now. It's cemented as like the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, totally. Thoughts on new elements. That's what I wrote. I wrote 20 minutes in before we see the protagonist, which I think is a very cool part of like storytelling, because it's kind of already building a world before it gets to the story it wants to tell. I wrote
like the cinematography with like Luke standing on the hill and the sun setting, which is an exact, the colors,
which is why I think episode 3 works as well as it does, because it perfectly guides it right there. It's perfect.
And what's great is whether you watch it from either direction. If you watch it from 4 and then watch 3,
it's almost like a nice
you're
ending.
Like, oh my God, I remember this scene and it's going to be a great lead into 4. If you watch it from 3 to 4, you're like, oh my God, Anakin literally stood in that same spot years earlier.
Wait,
did we thank Kathy?
Yes, I thanked Kathy already.
13 months. Thank you, Kathy.
We are going to talk about episode 7, 8, 9 tomorrow, but I 1 bajillion% disagree that they do not belong. That's all I'll say. We're going to talk. That's tomorrow. We will all dish tomorrow. But for today, let's focus on 4, 5, and 6.
You know, I know the story of like the most of the story for each of them, but I don't know. They're kind of forgettable.
That's for tomorrow.
I know.
Yeah, that's for tomorrow. Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. I have a lot of notes. I gave it a +31. So far. Oh, wait, actually, I'm lying. This is a funny comment. Hold on. Here, I'm going to use my pointer. I wrote, I would be good at TIE fighter shooting. That was an important thing for me to write at some point last night.
But who said
whatever that was. I'm saying for myself, you know, when they're in the Millennium Falcon and they're doing that like swoopy swoop for the TIE fighter fighting.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be very good at that. Something about it draws me.
If you took Dramamine beforehand.
Yeah, which I followed that up with saying, but I probably would get motion sick. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So my final score was a 25. I only had 4 no's. I don't remember what they were, but something about them drew me as a no. Then Empire Strikes Back, episode 5.
Oh, it's so good.
I gave it 0 no's, 0, and 31 yeses. So far in the grand scheme of life, this is leading the pack for it being the best of the bunch so far. You know, there's a lot of reasons why, and I want to talk about them.
A million reasons. And to have I feel like the relationships that were built up in 4, then leading into 5, totally paid off. Mm-hmm. And it's like time after, like
paid off. Every person, their role was fulfilled. The actor seemed to get it. Everything about it just made a lot of sense. Endlessly quotable. But let's just focus on some of the things that I wrote. So I wrote, the entire Hoth scene is amazing, which, what a way to start.
I want to live on Hoth.
I do not want to live on Hoth. it definitely has a much darker tone overall. I would even say visually, like the colors of it, even though Hoth is bright, I still think there's a darkness to it.
You also said that the first, like, there's not really much blood in
Episode
Star
4.
Wars.
There's no blood in Star Wars, period.
But 5, not that blood is like something that we look forward to, but it feeds into the darker feeling of this movie.
Yes.
And him fighting the Yeti from that Christmas Story movie, you know.
Yeah, the abominable
snowman
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's blood in that, and he's got like the dripping.
Little, which, by the way, folks, I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but Mark Hamill got into an accident in between the filming of 4 and 5, like an actual car accident, and his face got a little bit disfigured around his like lips and cheek area, and I'm pretty sure that they had him have that whole sequence of like ripping his face off so that it like was a bit more natural.
He's like,
why his face is a little bit disfigured.
Really, George Lucas? He's like probably in the ambulance, and George Lucas is following him, filming him like, oh, we got the shot of him bleeding from his mouth.
Exactly.
Great.
Luke is in the same healing tube when they find him as Boba Fett is in the
but I think it's
sequel.
Vertical versus horizontal.
Yes, that is the case. But I think
in the progress of technology, they figured out how to turn it sideways.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
They unlocked the lock screen orientation.
Yes.
The Imperial Death March, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the first time that we hear it, like the bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, whatever. In 5, is that true? Is that the first time that we hear it?
I feel like that song is, you know, like Beethoven and all of Mozart, all of them who do their work. I feel like John Williams in the Imperial March is
top tier.
Yeah.
God tier, legendary tier.
I feel
people
like
in the sky tier.
In the future, like in Star Wars time periods, they're going to listen to this and they're going to be like John Williams, and they're going to talk about Williams as like Mozart and as Beethoven.
Well, I'll tell you from an honest sort of musical standpoint, there's something called a motif, M-O-T-I-F. Okay.
Yes.
And a motif is a small, tiny little musical segment that's repeated over and over, and that actually goes back to our ear farce that we never explained. That gets the listener comfortable with a segment. Okay. The easiest motif to describe is the ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-bum, because the ba-ba-ba-bum, that little kernel.
Yeah, I feel like that's overdone.
It's the whole entire song. Every segment of the song is, you could break it down into that motif. And I think that the Imperial Death March is very much a specific motif that if you were to teach what a motif is, you could use that as an example of that.
Yeah.
And the reason why you teach motif is to show what the classical musicians did. So to your point, John Williams is top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Motifs.
The Excelsior is that beautiful blue, giant, massive ship that is mind-blowingly large. So much larger than a Star Destroyer. I'm here for it. The Battle of Hoth is epic, I wrote.
Yeah, Size Queen.
Han and Leia, they have chemistry. Chef's kiss chemistry together.
They're both pissed, and that works sometimes. You have two pissed people coming together. I mean, what was that movie with Angelina Jolie and Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah.
They were both pissed, but we loved them together.
Mr. and Mixter Smith.
Yeah.
What if we did that?
Yeah. I mean,
that's a phenomenal idea. Make it real edgy and modern.
Yeah. And I'm saying that Han and Leia were both pissed, both skilled in this. And I feel like it's like if you take Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like sexy people and elevate it to a galactic level, then you literally have Han and Leia's chemistry.
Brilliant, Chris. Brilliant. So what else do I have? The battle. Oh, Dagobah. This was the introduction of Dagobah, and also a real cool situation going there. The introduction of Yoda. Yoda exists because of this movie. I loved Han and Leia so much.
I'm going to say something controversial. Yoda gives me a little Needles feeling. Like,
Chris, I had a poster of him.
I know, but Yoda, as in 1, 2, and 3, I feel is like with
it, and then in 5 he's dementia,
like, this is
senile.
No, this guy is the one who's like the crazy drunk uncle.
Yeah, but Chris, he was 40 years away, living alone in Dagobah.
That's what I'm saying. Try to stay away from the Empire. Crazy drunk uncle that lived in Dagobah that didn't deal with anybody.
So cut him some slack.
I know, but you think of like us in quarantine for a year with COVID, and we come out and we're like, I don't know how to be social. He had 40 times, Yoda had 40 times that, and it's gonna give you some Needles feeling. And I feel like I'm not saying it's not warranted. I'm just saying that I want to just put a pin in it, say it's a little bit Needles feeling, and it's fine. I'm not mad at it. It's fine, but I just want to say it's there.
I think that you're not wrong.
When he's smacking R2 with the thing
mine,
and like
mine, like this. Yeah, it's real
and then
weird.
Eating the granola bar and like tossing it.
He does this.
Yeah, he doesn't have teeth by then.
He's also a puppet. But I think that you're not wrong, to me, the what I'm hearing is that he's weird in 4 and 5, or 5 and 6. But then I think he actually it's not that he redeems himself as a character. It's that when we see him as this all-powerful figure that we know he is in 1, 2, and 3, especially the Count Dooku fight scene in episode 2, it's like I needed to change my pants after I saw it. I pretty much just...
You Yoda'd all over your pants.
Everywhere. Yeah, it was bad. So Leia and Han, I love them so much that I wrote it again. I put a little red heart next to it. When Yoda raises the ship oh my God, it's chills. So let me explain the scene, folks, in case you don't know. Yoda's telling Luke, you need to raise the ship out of the water using the Force. Luke is like, I can't do that. It's too freaking big. I'm not a size queen. I can't do that. I can't handle that. And then he gets all pouty and is like, you ask the impossible. I can't do this, blah, 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 blah. And he goes and sits down and like literally pouts in the corner, right?
But he put his jacket on.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing. It was
definitely his little Banana Republic jacket that he put on.
He's like, let me put my jacket on. I'm going to cry in the corner.
And then Yoda silently goes up to the ship, closes his eyes, and uses the Force, this little tiny muskrat, and lifts the whole ship beautifully out of the water, gently places it on the ground using the Force, and he goes, what does he say?
He says something like,
that's why you have failed?
Yeah, he's like, something like that. I don't know.
He says, you ask the impossible, and then he does the whole little shebang, and then he puts it down and looks at Luke, and he says something like...
Luke says something like, that's unbelievable, and then he's like, oh, well, I don't believe that, and then he's like,
that's why that's why you've already failed, or whatever.
No, he said, that's why you fail. But... did Yoda ever build IKEA furniture? I don't know. Because that's the real question.
Excuse me, I have a little...
a dowel in your throat?
A dowel?
Yeah, like from IKEA furniture. I'm just saying that we're going the path of difficult things. He's raising ships from water. I feel like there's machines to do that. Is there actually a machine out there that will build an IKEA furniture?
Got it. I understand. Totally got it. And I think that that's the next movie, obviously, episode 10. He Googled a whole Yoda all over himself. I'm dead, said Doggy Pack. I can't believe it. And then Paul says, that is why you fail. That's what it is. It is the biggest, like... it's brilliant. Brilliant. What else do I have? Boba Fett is also in this. He is in it very shortly, but he's in it, and that's important that I wrote down. The carbon freezing facility is such a cool look, and I drew these little blue and orange symbols because that whole visual, talk about complementary colors. It's like a bluish and an orangish, sometimes bordering on red, visual that is very striking. So from a cinematography standpoint, it is chef's kiss beautiful.
It's really cool looking.
Absolutely gorgeous to look at. And then I wrote view of the window at the end. If you all cut to the very end of the movie, the bad guy has won. There is no hope. You know how we talk about A New Hope? There's no hope. No one knows how they're going to get out of this. The bad guy has won. They're all displaced.
What about Han in the
Han is in the kryptonite, and he is gone from the world.
If anything, the hope though is his blowjob lips in the kryptonite.
Oh wow, you went there. This is not a mature stream, Christopher, and this is 3 shots in. You want to go to wine o'clock? So yeah, I think that view at the end of the window was brilliant because it just cuts. Like, as a viewer, you are experiencing like, ooh, what's next?
We talked about this last night where it's like, in the current setting of things, would that really be sufficient as a movie?
So the question I posed to Chris last night was, or 2 nights ago, whenever we watched it, when we finished it, I had said, what a perfect ending. But then I said, I'm like, my thought is, what do you think about this? In today's climate of immediately going to the internet and discussing the events that you just watched without any time to sort of sit and like think about it, would people be upset, and would it turn into like a knock against the movie because it ends on such a cliffhanger? It ends very much on a cliffhanger. And I wonder if the Twitterverse nowadays would look at that and be like, oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
I think everybody would be like, it's not good enough. I don't feel closure in it. And that there's too much of a cliffhanger, and everybody would complain about it. And it would just, I feel like in pockets, people who would be pissed at that is fine because they'd be pissed and then they would get that fulfillment in later, like in episode 6. I feel like the internet now gives
it's an immediate. It's like,
it's
for example,
just a sounding board for everybody, and so then
if
the one
Doctor
person
Strange
is pissed,
movie is
everybody's
out.
pissed.
And everyone will have the opinion and then stick forcibly to it.
Yeah.
Even if it means, even though their opinion could over time have changed. The new Doctor Strange movie is out. No spoilers. No one talked about it, but Jody and I were talking about it earlier this morning or yesterday, whenever it was. And it is an idea that you immediately have a soundboard, right? You can speak it to the world and have someone confirm or disprove your thoughts. And I think that's what's really weird about nowadays. And I'm curious about how Twitter would affect the ending of this movie. Someone earlier had asked what my thoughts are on the two of them kissing as brother and sister. I gotta be honest, I don't think that I like that, and I understand what the intentions were, especially if George Lucas knew this was going on earlier. He's just playing it off as if like, well, the characters didn't know, and I get that. But as George Lucas, who clearly knows this is going to be the sequence of events to get to the like end point, that's just really weird. I don't think that like that should have been there. I've my whole life I felt that way, and I just don't like it.
Look, I totally agree. I think it's super weird, but you always have to just look at it from the character's perspective. And they did have some chemistry that was happening, and in like the heat of the moment, maybe, I don't know.
I don't even know, to be honest. I don't know if it was in the heat of the moment. I think
it was maybe him, like she really felt it for Han, and then wanted to.
That was
just
her way
stick
of like,
it to him. But you can,
and she wanted to stick it to him.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But she, in that scenario, you know, I guess you just picked the closest living thing, and it happened to be a brother.
Yeah, that's actually what Sam is saying. I don't know. I feel like things with siblings and relationships, it's weird when they grow up together, but otherwise, if they didn't know they were just two people, they just happen to be. Yeah, totally. What I'm saying is, and Chris is on the side of what you're saying. I'm also on the side of what you're saying, but I also have to factor in George Lucas's mindset. He knew this was going to be his sister, and this was going to be her brother, really. And that's what's weird to me.
But I want to say, because I think he wanted to throw people off. Like,
for sure. Totally. But then one movie later, it's like, by the way, you just committed incest. It's weird.
Yeah.
Totally weird.
Yeah, I mean...
Moving on, episode 6, Return of the Jedi, my no's and yeses. I gave it -10 no's for a variety of reasons, lots of it including Ewoks, and the fight against the Ewoks, and the
Ewoks are cute, though.
Garbage.
No, Elias, they're cute.
Absolutely adorable. Listen, I want one.
I
want them in the house, but I do not think they make for a good entertainment when it comes to Star Wars.
Well, if they're throwing rocks in a log at somebody...
They were throwing rocks at the ATST, and like it's literally a reinforced armor vehicle, and they're like, "Yeah, take that pebble and that pebble."
Yeah, but it's
stupid.
It's the conviction that you have. If you throw a pebble hard enough, it becomes a bullet, and they just really felt solid about it. Maybe, you know what, Elias? I'm gonna just go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say, maybe they were force sensitive and they were throwing it so hard with the force behind them that you thought it was just a pebble, but it really became a bullet.
A bullet, yeah. Maybe you're right. But I do think that
and
they are adorable.
Cute.
They're super cute. In terms of, the new things that he added digitally, it creeps me the F out that he added blinking in there, like digital blinking in them. No, that's weird. I don't like that. That was a no for me. I think the Ewoks are absolutely adorable and belong somewhere, but they do not belong in this particular
said I
moment.
love that they think that C-3PO is a god. I think it's hysterical.
I think it's
and it so plays into his narcissism, and then like C-3PO of like flaunting.
You think C-3PO is narcissistic?
Are you serious? Every single introduction, he says he speaks 3 million languages.
But he's speaking his purpose.
No,
he's not speaking his feeling.
I think he's flaunting his
this
purpose.
Is interesting. Why do we never talk about this before?
I think he's very narcissistic. And the fact that he's always talking over everyone and trying to correct them. And like when Han is literally piloting the ship and he's like, oh, this and that and this and that. He's very narcissistic. And I feel like this God tier level that he enters with the very primitive beings is literally just very, very entertaining and funny. It's like a on the nose joke kind of thing.
I don't know where my where did this go, Chris? Like, where did my bar go? Can you start a poll? Go down here and start a poll.
This bar?
My computer, my Mac's, this stuff. Where did that go? Why did that disappear off here?
Oh, I don't know. That's your computer.
Okay, so I'm going to start a poll. I'm going to say Ewoks, yes or no. Can you do the typing? Just type Ewoks. Yes. Wait. Yes. No. Okay. 3 minutes. Vote. Go. Do it. Wait. So what I'm saying is,
I'm sad I missed that part. I want to go watch that now.
You can watch it on your own. I'm good with it for a little bit of time. At some point it will reset and I will love it all over again. But last night it was just not for me. I heard that they originally wanted Wookiees but went with Ewoks. Is that true? I don't know the answer to that. That's an interesting situation that you bring up.
Maybe they couldn't afford all the like human hair that the Wookiees have.
Big stupid teddy bears with their rocks and sticks fighting stormtroopers. Yeah, just so dumb.
But then, Elias, it's suspension of reality, because then if you think like the stormtroopers can't, they're literally, according to episode 1 to 3, they are bounty hunters and they're trained to be killers and they can't hit a target for their life. And so why is it surprising that?
Because I think if they
little teddy bear can kill them. Because if they
were to hit a target, they will kill it. So let's use your logic here. Maybe they're bad at shooting the target. If they hit the target, the technology that they're kind of putting out there would kill the target. In this case,
but how is it the rock with the force? It becomes a force rock.
No. This is not a real thing.
It's
the
gonna be a
Ewoks
thing.
are not force friendly, force sensitive.
You don't know that.
What I'm saying is, if you now, to your point, if one of the Ewoks throws and lands their their hit on the ATST walker, the rock will not penetrate the reinforced metal. It will not, and it will never.
If it has enough force behind it.
The only one that I think is recognizably like possible is when the two tree trunks kind of very, I mean, the timing of that is very impressive. And how high up they must be and how big those logs must be for the weight to carry them. And then it crushes it right in the middle. Fine. And maybe even when it gets all weird and like chicken legs like and falls on itself, maybe also fine.
Okay, but Elias,
all the other stuff, absolutely not.
I'm going to just, say something here that you're okay in episode 5 where in the beginning on Hoth, he ties a cable around the AT-AT, which is not at. It's not, I don't care. It's not at.
Don't at me.
AT-AT walker, he ties a cable around it and it trips that. You're fine with a single cable.
That's brilliant. Because you don't know what that cable is like.
So then you don't know what those rocks are made of.
They're rocks.
There are rocks on a planet that you've never been to. You don't know that
we can all agree that they are just rocks. Because if they were more than rocks, we would know.
Then how do you not know what this cable is made of?
Because it's technology. It's not rocks. Rocks, it's minerals. It's literally minerals.
There's an infinite amount of rocks that could be made.
I'm going to move on past this conversation. I'm going to write a dissertation on the stupidity of Ewoks. There they go. And Kara said they're comic relief. I get it. I know. I get it.
I want to see the results on the Ewoks.
Do it. Show us. Where is it going to show?
Oh, 84%. Yeah, I think they're brilliant. They're brilliant. Steve, I love Ewoks.
I did not vote, so there are only a handful of us who voted on the no of that.
They're so freaking cute. And you know what? They're great at merchandising, and that's what everybody really cares about.
They are great merchandise. The Ewoks themselves are not selling.
You don't know they could be in a mall somewhere at Build-A-Bear, little cashing out. Hey,
speaking of, me. Do you know that? So in the Attitudes podcast I listened to, and I told you about the dolls. Did you know that American Dolls were so popular at some point that they built the stores that you get them in had restaurants in them?
Wait, at the Build-A-Bear?
No, at the American Girl dolls. You went to the store, got the doll, did your whole thing, learned about it, and then went to the cafeteria of that store and got apparently some of the best fries that ever existed on the planet.
Wait,
yes.
Why? What's the connection?
Because I think they wanted the parents to kind of spend as much time as they could in the space to keep buying more accessories.
So
and did
the dolls get fries?
No, but do you know what has happened? The girls who got the dolls, which were all very expensive, now fast forward 20 years and they're all grown up. The people are grown up.
Do they want to revisit this with their kids?
No, they go back there because there's alcohol at that cafeteria. So there is now a new trend and a new wave where they go back with their kid doll and they drink and selfie themselves with the doll to the point where American Girls Company has had to release a statement to say, we don't condone the drinking underage, but we're very happy to
support
you in the whatever. Crazy. We're moving on.
Oh no, I want to be part of that. Now I want an American Doll girl thing.
In Return of the Jedi, plus 19. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly because I want to get some wine. Jabba's Palace, wonderful. Salacious Crumb is the little tiny muskrat with the little ears who cackles all the time. And I loved Salacious Crumb.
And he looks like a Yorkshire Terrier.
He does. Lips, I wrote that because of the new CGI with the lips where she sings. I can't remember her name.
Also the thing with the teeth and the saliva and everything. It's too much.
Boba Fett.
It's too cartoony.
It's way too cartoony. Boba Fett played a too small a part in my opinion. And I think Paul the other day said it's amazing how much his brand sort of stuck around considering how small a part he played. Do you know what else I learned? That in 2004 when the digital remasters came out, that the actor who plays the current Boba Fett in the Boba Fett show, the Book of Boba Fett, was the voice actor that they replaced the original guy with back then. So, like, there's a lot of continuity there, which I'm very impressed by. Yoda dying, super, super sad. Like, I felt like a little bit tear in my eye. Mon Mothma, love her. She's phenomenal.
Oh, I love her look. Mon Mothra.
No, isn't Mothra like the Godzilla person?
Yeah, but then she
No, it's Mon Mothma. Don't at me, Chris.
I'm just saying, I think Mothra then went through evolution to become human form as Mon Mothra.
Got it. Admiral Akbar is in this for the first time. The speeders are in it for the first time. Leia kicks ass. I love this about Leia. The Ewoks, I just wrote it down because they're there. Anakin dead meme. Oh, I wrote Anakin dead meme. It's funny to me that they talk about Anakin as Anakin because that is no longer his name. It's Darth Vader. And that is his dead name. He does not go by Anakin anymore. And it's kind of a little bit of a thing to call him Anakin.
I mean, he can do what he wants.
I love the connection between Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and Luke in that scene. The dynamic between them and the power play that's constantly shifting. And the idea that the Emperor thinks that he can do exactly what he did to Luke. Don't go in. What? Yeah, but there's... Wait, don't spoil what I have over there. Get out of here. So if y'all remember in episode 3, the Emperor did a very specific thing to Anakin, which turned him into Darth Vader. He almost, like, I'm going to say it, he like groomed him towards this path of the dark side. And I think that he realized that Luke could be a better version of that for him and did what he thought was the right way to like get to Luke, but he did it too quickly. I think if he spent more time working through what will get Luke to come to my side rather than, Luke, you're here, you're going to be on my side, he could have probably done something with Luke. And the fact that then Darth Vader was the one to kill the Emperor to save Luke, that little bit of good in him, it came out.
I don't think that you have in here the Rancor. I think that's really good.
That was good. It's fine. I mean, I'm fine for it. It actually saddens me. I don't like that it dies and then the man is like really sad that his pet died.
I know.
As I'm fighting, I came across Laganja Estranja, who is a drag queen. And I'm telling you folks, if you Google Laganja Estranja, this is legitimately her. I do not understand how this came out to be back in the day, like in 19 whatever.
Yeah, good for George Lucas.
There was makeup on this person, and I was absolutely here for it. I think they were doing the Y-Wing. I think they were using a Y-Wing, perhaps, during Gold Leader thing or whatever.
Yeah, the XY wing. It doesn't matter.
The XY wing.
Yeah.
It's not a thing. Luke watching the fight was phenomenal out the window. I love you. I know.
Oh, that's really good.
Amazing. And do you sister?
Didn't you say
when Luke is talking to, or Darth Vader realizes that there's a twin sister and he goes, sister. Like that. It's so good.
Wait, there was something with the I know thing. Didn't Han work as like a set builder or something, and then George saw him and was like, you should
I don't know that story, but that's very cool.
I think he wasn't an actor, and I think he was like literally somebody who just worked on set, and then he started his career because I think George realized, like, hey,
Harrison was the carpenter. That's why he has that scar on his chin.
Yeah. So, see? Oh, thank you, Paul.
I wrote connecting the end to 1, 2, and 3.
But I feel like he's a natural.
Oh, he's totally a natural, and I think he's a phenomenal actor. I did enjoy the ending of connecting them to the 1, 2, and 3 series. I like Yub Nub better, but I do like this version of connecting the dots. It does paint a complete picture of a story that's told across 6 episodes, which is why when we talk about 7, 8, and 9, things get a little bit weird. We're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Aw.
So for now...
Wait, no, Steve said folks are talking about the Leia bikini thing, and like obviously it's iconic and like sexualizing her, but Steve said that like it's sad because like she said that she did a lot of drugs to be able to kind of like meet that expectation.
I read her books,
which is crazy.
And she talks about that. She was not well for a long time, and I feel really terrible for her. As a kid, I don't love Jabba's palace stuff because the Vader story just stops for half an hour while they go rescue Han. Totally, but I do enjoy that. The one thing that I think is silly when she has her helmet on as the little like she has the thermal detonator in her hand.
I love that voice though.
I do too. But when she's
Yato.
Good job.
Yeah.
That was very good. When she has the thermal detonator in her hand and she's going to explode the palace, and she right before that she's
No, you're thinking of Lando. Lando where he pulls the mask down and it's like that's weird.
She has the thermal detonator.
Yeah. But what about it?
I was going to say that I'm connecting two scenes. All I want to say, when she is still talking to Han, who's now can hear, and she's talking to him with the voice of the thing. I think
that's purposeful, though.
It's because we as viewers don't know who's under the mask. And then he's like, "Who are you?" And then she glamorously takes the mask off and is like, "It's me, honey buns. Let's go make out." You know, it's just a little silly.
Yeah, she needs to like be a little bit of a tease. They haven't seen. He's been literally in Carbonite with his BJ lips for years now, and he's just been released.
I don't think it's years.
A year.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time.
And then he comes out emerged, and she's not going to just give. Listen, Elias, if you're giving away the milk for free, nobody's going to buy the cow.
This is your go-to comparison of anything.
And so I'm just saying that she needs to hold back a little bit and then give a little tasting. And so the holding back is keep the creepy mask on and then at some point take the mask off and say, this is the sensual voice that you wanted.
Now let's go make out, honey buns.
Yes, when you...
I did not like that Anakin was portrayed by Hayden at first at the very, very, very end, and not the younger Obi-Wan, which I agree with you. However, I'm with you with this too, but I heard that George Lucas said that it goes back to when Anakin was good with the Force. Like, the image that was presented as the Ghost Force person was the good version of Anakin, which I think does make a little bit of sense, and that's why it was hated.
But you know what? I get that, but also then is he not good because he actually in his older state helped to defeat the Emperor?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's like
the whole
ultimately
story.
If you're gonna split hairs here, his training that he got as a Jedi enabled him to become part of the Sith, such that the Emperor was willing to take him on as an apprentice. And if that enablement that happened when he was bad ultimately led to his life of badness, and he finally made the decision to be good, like definitively good, when he killed the Emperor, then he should be showcased in that sense.
Can I just say, though, my opinion...
I'm just going to argue everything.
If you are a part of blowing up an entire planet of people and killing bajillions of people on this planet, I don't think anything you ever do will reclaim you.
And
even if it's saving your son.
Yeah, I agree. And
so therefore, anything past
I don't think
Darth
he made
Vader,
that call, though. I think that...
You cannot sit by
and he passively
you are a bystander.
Made that. But I think Tarkin made the call to blow up Alderaan. If you look at episode 4...
Christopher.
Elias.
It's his ship. It's his Death Star.
No, in episode 4, Anakin is a little bit, or Vader is a little bit of a side, like, he's
choking people left and right because they're not following his orders.
But if you notice, look, I'm telling you, folks, if you watch the movie, in episode 4, Vader is a little bit of a, like, kind of like a, like, he's like middle management, it feels.
Absolutely not.
Elias, Tarkin, the admirals, the people who are running all of this, I feel like in their engagement with the decisions that they're making are the ones who are commanding more than Vader. In episode 5, I think Vader becomes more of an authority figure. Then he's choking people. Then he's replacing. Something happens between 4 and 5 where Vader's status is elevated. And that's truth. This is literally truth.
I'm going to die on the hill that if you blow up a whole entire planet, you could never
I think that
reclaimed.
was Tarkin. I think Tarkin chose that.
Darth Vader is on the ship. He could say to him, don't.
If he's middle management, he's not going to be able to say that. He's not going to be able to say,
Leslie said, I agree with Chris that Vader's like the bouncer. Also, Steve said that.
And I think that then what I would say more so than blowing up the planet, because he was not making the call, he was a bystander in it, that I think that when he as a Jedi made the decision to kill all the younglings and murder all the Jedi is more so egregious, and the reason why he shouldn't be
redeemed
is shown in that figure in the end of season.
But then what are we going to get? A blob 6? Because he can't be shown as young Anakin and he can't be shown as old Anakin.
I think
what
just
is
a
that?
Text box.
Yeah,
just a text box.
Anakin. This Anakin, Force Ghost figure represents Anakin.
All things good in Anakin.
Yeah. Any part ever. You can pick and choose your parts, but as long as it's good, it goes there.
Said that it was Tarkin. Elias, I'm telling you, I'm going to die on this hill.
I'm not saying that Tarkin... Chris, I'm not saying that what you're saying is wrong.
I'm saying the call.
I get it, but we're talking about two different things, because all I'm saying is if you are a part of destroying a whole entire planet in front of one person who happens to have family who's on that planet just to show off how big your dick is, you are not a good person.
Yeah,
that's
nobody... I agree. I don't think that Vader is a good person, which is why I just want the text box that says good parts of Vader.
Only, yes.
Yes.
I also have heard this idea that it's a Christ allegory with the virgin birth and stuff. I don't really like looking into it too much, because I think once I start adding like this concept of religion behind it, it's like it just falls apart for me.
Yeah, but Elias, I think that if we started as a religion, then we can petition to the Supreme Court to give us rights as Star Wars zealots.
Yes, and then we can get tax-free stuff.
Yeah, tax-free.
This is our church right here. We're in our
church of Star Wars.
Yep.
You can get you can have flags on City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
You can have prayer time to pray to Yoda.
Can I talk about my grandma?
Yeah.
I'm not going to show the pictures yet because I want you to stick around for this. But I mean, you can tell I love Star Wars, and I've loved Star Wars, and I can do this.
Wait, I'm going to go pee, and then...
I can do this for literally eternity. I could just, every day we could dissect one scene per day and just spend the rest of like 7 years going through scene by scene. But I think we're done with my notes. So let me go to, which one is it? This one? Why does it just reset those? Okay. So when I was younger, and I loved Star Wars as much as I did, when we used to come from America to Greece to visit, not to toot our own horns, but we would be a little bit more worldly than the folks who just grew up in Greece. We would come with outside experiences. We would come with things that are foreign to the Greek folks. That kind of idea. And one of those things was like entertainment and movies and stuff. Not to say that Star Wars didn't exist in Greece, but we just had a different level of love for the shows, for the movies and everything, Star Wars. And there's a couple of specific scenes. And earlier on, someone mentioned the little bento box that Luke had. That Yoda stole the little like fish stick or whatever it was out of it. I also love that little box. I think it's adorable, and I kind of want the food that's inside of there. But the way that Yoda eats, the way that Yoda moves his mouth, and the way his wrinkles on his face sort of rest reminded me exactly of my grandma. And I remember telling my mom that, and she was like, I totally see it. And I told my brother that.
I wish I met your
totally
grandma.
see it. And we told my grandma, because listen, literally we're talking about, I'm going to show you some pictures later, so stick around for those. But we lived in, like, my grandma's residence was absolutely living off the land. Okay, so very little beyond that. Star Wars means nothing to her. So when I joke around that, like, she looked like Yoda, she doesn't have a clue. There's no internet to show her a picture of.
Wait, did you tell her this when she was alive?
Yeah, but she doesn't know. Like, she would never know what Yoda is. We didn't have, like, our iPad with us that we could play the scene for her and be like, this is what Yoda was. Do you know what I mean? So she just played along with it.
Did she think it was Yota?
No. Yota is a name. Panayota. It's like my brother's name, Panayoti. Yeah. But the female version is Panayota, and you could call that person Yota. My mom's best friend is Yota.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she probably thought that it was Yota, but
she's like, who is Yota?
She just loved...
She's like, I think I met Yota down at the coffee shop.
Totally, at the Cafe Neo. The point is, I loved how into it she was, even though she didn't really get it, because she just loved
she just didn't want to hear anymore. She's like,
I can't imagine that. I think my grandma absolutely loved us to our core and was just so happy that we would go there to, like, be there with her from all the way as far away as America, all the way to this tiny little village, and then spend like a month there with her. I think
that sounds like a blast.
Really lovely. And I'm going to show you some photos. I texted my mom today. I'm like, hey, do you have any photos of me? And yeah. And she delivered, and I have photos, and I can't wait to show you those all. But before we get there, I really want some wine because I'm parched and I've run out of all my liquids up here.
You should have banked your shots then, Elias.
My water and my one shot I have run out of, so I need to drink.
Okay, so wine. Let's do wine.
And yes, so many lines from the original trilogy that are just absolutely gold lines. I do not have Wine O'Clock set up with the proper wine because we bought this on the way home and we immediately pressed like start as we got here. So you get what you get and you don't get upset. But tonight's wine is called... Whoa, this is a heavy bottle.
It's heavy. And it has this wax thing on it.
This wine is called Protest. And it looks like this. And there's like a textured little bump right over here. And also the candle of the wax dripping looks like that, which I think is cool. It's very heavy. On the front, it says Sonoma County Red Blend, age in rye whiskey. Earls? Earls? Does that say Earls?
Earl. Like oil?
I have no idea what I'm looking at there. The bald eagle has always stood as a symbol of longevity and great strength. Majestic and unwavering, the bald eagle is able to command attention with a single glance. Our brother, Craig Manning, was an eagle. Okay.
Oh,
like the eagle, he was gentle in nature, but mighty when he had to be, and others in his presence couldn't help but be drawn to him. He would vouch for the weak, standing up for what was right at all costs. Drawing from these qualities as inspiration, we came up with our Protest Red Wine Blend, which finished aging in craft rye whiskey barrels for 45 days. This wine provides aromas and flavors that will challenge your senses, and much like our brother who is gone but never forgotten, and the tenacious bald eagle, this wine will stand the test of time.
I got this because it said protest, and I felt like I was protesting today the nonsense that has happened in my family.
Wow, 14.9% alcohol.
Aw, that's sweet. For brothers who love each other.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wine at 10:15. Yeah, we're cooking here. And then after this, we're gonna play a game. Stick around. We have a quiz.
Wait, we have trivia. Oh my God, we have a patch tonight.
Yeah, I can't believe we spoke about so long about this. Yeah, there is a battle going on. Let me do this. Is this something? No.
I smell berries from a distance.
No, we can't do the quiz. Tim has a gig. I need my help. You can get it's episodes 4, 5, and 6 expert mode. And hint, I've given you some hints throughout the night.
I feel like this smells a little bit like the Concord grapes, like the Manischewitz, right?
Ooh, I don't know. I didn't do my normal thing. I didn't smell. I just went and I'm regretting it. I'm like tearing up a little bit.
I think it's what the color brown tastes like.
It's so if Manischewitz is like a sweet tasting, joyful pleasure, this is like if I drank battery acid.
I think it's if you took a Tootsie Roll and rolled it in cinnamon and then dipped it in battery acid, that's what this tastes like.
Look at it's Mario. Oh, I'm spitting everywhere.
Where is he?
He was in the Bernie cam. All right, so I need to like think about this for like a hot second.
I think it's different, but I'm not mad at any of the flavors. It's very sour, and I don't really like sour normally, but it's not bad.
Okay, I'm rating mine, and I'm going off my gut here, and I'm doing that.
I know what I'm gonna do.
5 and 5?
Yeah, I think it.
Pretty good. High five.
Yeah, I think it.
So, I'm moving. We're gonna go right into the
95%. I'm not mad at battery acid. Listen, I'm not mad at battery acid.
It's exciting.
What I'm saying is that there's a sweet element to it from the Tootsie Roll, a flavorful element from the cinnamon that the Tootsie Roll is rolled in, and then a little bit of sour that comes from the battery acid, and it all comes together in Protest.
Exactly.
And it's...
Oh, and not Upshot. Sorry, I'm looking at this, and that's the wrong wine. Not Protest. Or not Upshot. There is one more thing. Kara said, Elias, I was ranting about geese in Discord halfway through this, so I'm gonna suck. Sorry, not sorry.
Wait, what happened with geese?
I don't know. They're ranting about it on Discord. Brown battery acid for wine, huh? Yes, indeed. And it's pretty good. I just was shocked by it.
Oh, from the battery acid. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little...
Good one. Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right, we're moving on to the patch. While Chris is doing the patch, I'm going to run downstairs and pee a second time because I drank a whole lot of water before I started tonight. So, go do it.
Here, wait. You need to take your Star Wars stuff out of my space. Okay, folks, I have a little bit of a story on this patch.
Is there really? I'll put up my volume.
Let me get my light set. Thank you, Chrissy. So today's patch is something related to Star Wars. This is the emblem for the Galactic Empire. And so just like I did the last episode on the Rebel Alliance logo, this is the one for the Empire. So, what I found when I was making this patch, let me show you my original one. I have been struggling for a while now. This is the first patch, and I don't even know that the lighting is going to show what I'm talking about. But this is the first patch. Now, if you look at some of these edges and even the color of the background, like you can see these little white parts that are peeking out. What this is the bobbin thread coming through and stitching up into the top. And so like you don't want that. So like when you look at it, it has like some of these weird like white borders in it. This is the final patch, and you can see all of those white borders are gone. Now, folks, I've been stitching for just under a year. I was talking about this on Discord. Just under a year I've been making patches, and I've always been working to adjust this bobbin thread. And the bobbin thread, adjusting it so that it's got the right amount of tension so that you don't have this white stuff leaking through, because it just takes away from the like colorfulness of the thread. You can even see it even more here on like this black edge part here. And so I went to the manual and I was looking, I'm like, why am I adjusting this all the time? Trying to figure out what am I doing wrong? And what I found is that I'm using pre-wound bobbin thread, and that there's a whole different bobbin case that I should be using instead of the one that I'm using.
Is it? Where's
or have been using? That's yours.
Where's yours?
Here.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like I've just unlocked or solved a problem that I've been battling for about 6 months, trying to get this bobbin thread right by using this bobbin thread case for the pre-wound bobbins, and it looks really like the colors look like what they should. So this is the giveaway for today. The original one with the original bobbin case is this one. No adjustments otherwise, other than the bobbin thread. This takes 32 minutes to stitch. It's 14,700 stitches even.
Crazy. Sam said, I didn't even know pre-wound bobbins were a thing. I always wind my own.
Yeah, I mean, I did it the first time, like I wound the bobbin on the machine, but it was like the first time I did it, I didn't know what I was doing with anything on the machine. And so I feel like I just did it and I did it wrong. And so then I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy the bobbin, pre-wound bobbin with the correct tension on it. But I didn't know that there's a separate bobbin case for that. And I learned that today, just under a year later. And I feel like I'm a new person.
Chris texted me today when I was at work and he was losing his mind. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but yeah, get it.
So this is the giveaway for today, folks. We'll give this away to someone. Look at these bright colors.
It's beautiful. I'm going to start the quiz soon, but my final take on this all... Episodes 5 and 6 were not directed by George Lucas. And I think that says a lot about
5 and
their
6?
quality. Yes, 5 and 6 were not. 6 was directed by someone else. Screenplays and stuff were written by George. But I think it says a lot about the sort of quality that he can provide with some guidance, but not necessarily like when it's all his own, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, he was very busy acting in each of those movies.
Oh, yeah, with that big blue man in episode 4 or 3 or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You know? I mean, he had literally critical roles in each of them. You can't commit to being an actor like that and then also directing at the same time. Mm-mm. It's just not feasible.
Mm-mm. So much. So we're going to move on to a quiz. This quiz, a couple of things might be weird. Let me just explain. The original quiz that I did the last time, which is what this one is modeled after, was only visible on that stream in that moment during that time. That's it. So if like I went to the video on demand afterwards, it wouldn't be there.
Oh, did you add it?
Yeah, I tried something new where I added it and hopefully it will be there. We'll see. If you see something on screen and it's like doubling or like acting weird on your end where you can't see the text or something, please let me know because I can quickly adjust that and make it better. But it's hard to test this out without it being live. So this is a little bit of an experiment. The reason I want this is because I want there to be a visual like recording that says we did this. So when I do my edits and stuff, I can have it for later and people can look at it whenever they want. So we're going to do a quiz.
Thanks, 23PB. Said that they enjoy watching or me learning this whole like process of stitching and everything, and I totally enjoy it. I just love digging into super random things that are new, like sourdough, streaming, patch making,
more than most folks.
I just like doing it.
No, I didn't mean that negatively. What I'm saying is wait, I was just thinking, Chris, should I show the photos of my grandma now or later? I'll do it later.
No, show grandma now.
No, I'll do it. Let's do this because this might take. I'm just nervous about the timing of this, and I don't know how long this is going to take because of the fact that it's like I've upped the time, and let's do this.
Let's do it
later. We are going to.
I'm going to do it too.
Do the quiz. I myself, got a 10 out of 10.
You can't say that. You make the quiz. That's like saying the teacher. Elias, when I was in college and somebody would ask the professor, how hard is the exam? And the professor, this is something I will never do as a teacher. and the professor replies back with, well, I got 100 on it.
Oh, dead to me.
Yeah, give me my semester back. I'm going to take this with another professor.
Right. I want to also comment, Steve said earlier, the simpler days of the streaming from the living room. Do you know what I do not miss from those days? The takedown of an entire studio every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. No, thank you. I would much rather never have a muskrat on my head, which was so cute, by the way, than to have to take down that.
Oh my God.
Boggles
look,
my mind.
At Eloise leaves and this becomes the community bed.
Yeah, I love it. But Chris, do you remember all that? Because I certainly do, and it was a nightmare.
I do remember that.
Time.
I remember also last Saturday when we streamed from the living room.
Yeah, and what happened and the disaster
in the Muskrat world.
By the way, folks, things are better now that everyone's all.
Yeah, I think
happy.
Everybody is good now.
All right, so we're gonna start. This is episodes 4, 5, and 6, and it is
yeah, give me my quiz, Elias.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Just a reminder, if you are playing on mobile, you might be a half a second or two delayed. You might have less time. I don't know. I can't figure this out for the life of me. It's 10 questions. I set it to 25 seconds.
Wait, before you start,
each.
Kathy asked who wrote 5. It's still George Lucas, right? It's just somebody else directed it.
Yes, the director we're talking about is who is different, but I think that George Lucas and others were a part of the screenplay for 5.
And why is Cheddar sitting so weird? Is he sitting on his tail? What is he doing?
No, he's like smelling the smells over there, and I think it's just that's the Goomba. You're all seeing the Goomba.
Cheddar is taking a dump.
No, it's the Goomba. That's not his butt cheek. That's the Goomba.
No, but he's sitting weird, I think.
He's not. No, he's normal.
No, he's weird. Cheddar.
I think he's totally fine. I'm going to start, okay? So episodes 4 through 6. This is the difficult or expert version of it. It's all points-based. The quicker you answer, the quicker you will get points.
Oh, crap. I slept through this one. All right, well.
No, this is inclusive of all of them.
Wait, show 1 through 6?
4 through 6. Sending rules to players. All right, it's doing it. See, it says it up there.
Yeah, I don't have the... Oh, I got the rules. Okay. The rules are I make the rules.
All right, I'm going to start the game, folks. It's going to happen shortly. Are we ready? When being interrogated on the first Death Star, where did Leia say the rebel base was located? Ord Mantell, Yavin, Tatooine, or Dantooine? Let's see.
I think I know this one.
12 seconds. I'm not playing because...
Howie Mandel?
Yeah. We know the Goomba's not his butt. Yeah, we're not dumb, LMAO. Thanks, Elias. So now we wait for the players to answer, and then we will see it on screen. So, Chris, what we see up there...
we're literally on Who Can Be a Millionaire or whatever.
Who Can Be a Millionaire? I can certainly be a millionaire. Give it to me. I'm revealing the answer, and the answer is it was Dantooine.
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 Not Dantooine. What did you say? Dantooine?
Dantooine? That's how she says it.
Dantooine?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Tween?
Tooine. Like Tatooine.
Tatooine.
We say Tatooine.
No, we say Tatooine.
No, we don't.
I say Tatooine.
Next question.
Listen, button.
In the assault on the first Death Star, what type of craft made up Gold Squadron in the movie? Was it a hydrospanner? Was it a Y-wing? Was it a snub fighter? Or was it an A-wing that made up the Gold Squadron?
Okay, I think
this is when we need some music, I'm realizing.
Well, we don't have P music, so that's not going to happen.
No, I mean like some like Jeopardy sort of background.
Well, if we're going to do quizzes, I love the quizzes. Yeah, I'm here for it. I will license that to high heaven. A snub fighter. What is that? Like a...
Do you know, Chris, before when you were getting all funny and
snub fighter is like, no.
When you were
I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to fight with you.
When you were like, oh, it's an XY wing. And I'm like, oh, really? An XY wing? Because that's not a thing. Yeah, you wish you knew now because I gave you the answer. And the answer was a Y-wing.
Yeah, that's what I picked. Okay, remember, folks, I don't think we said it tonight. Whoever gets the highest score, assuming Elias doesn't mess up the questions, they will get.
What are you saying?
They're going to get a Muskrat Nation magnet.
Got it. Okay, here we go. Next question on Tatooine. What is the name of the town that Luke and Obi-Wan go to in order to find transport to Alderaan? Is it Mon Mothma? Is it Mos Eisley? Is it Mos Tarkin? Or is it Anchorhead? Yeah, there's a duplicate overlay. If it's not annoying you, I'm gonna keep it. But the reason it's there is because maybe I can try to make it a little smaller so that it's like behind it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't see a duplicate on mine, though,
there.
On the phone.
There, I'm going to keep it there. And now it's behind it.
What is the duplicate?
One of them is the live one that we will only see live. The next one is the one that will remain permanently as the video on demand, embedded to this.
Oh, I only see the one.
So the answer is Mos Eisley.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I tricked y'all. Many of you put Mon Mothma, and you probably were like, oh, I heard Mon Mothma tonight. I heard it. I got to click it. But Mon Mothma is a person. Mos Eisley is the scum of, what is it?
The most wretched vial of scummery and...
The most wretched hide of scum and villainy is what you'll find at Mos Eisley.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Next question. When the Imperials attacked Hoth, what kind of planetary weapon defended the base? Was it an ion cannon, a mass driver, a proton cannon, or a laser cannon?
Oh, crap. I don't know. I thought...
So what was it that defended the base? What were the rebels shooting back?
Ugh. Stressing me out.
I don't think you need to install anything on your end to do the quiz. I think you just need to like click the little quiz button on the top right.
Button?
Yeah. The answer is ion cannon.
Yes. I was between proton and ion, but proton is what they're doing into the little any hole is a goal.
Yes. Can you tilt your camera down so that it's not covered by your... Do you see what I mean? Like, so that your face is visible above that? Yeah, there you go. A little bit more. All right, next question.
No, you can't. Is that good?
Just forget it. Where did Luke go immediately after leaving Hoth? Did he go to Dagobah, Tatooine, an asteroid belt, or Cloud City? That is what's next.
Oh, crap.
Yes, this is expert level, Charlie boy. Going forward, I will do a better job of communicating how to do these quizzes because there is a button you have to press. Like it's not just going to appear and you go. Like it's literally right.
Yeah, but you're doing great, Elias. Good job.
Thank you.
I mean, making these quizzes and everything, I love it.
Thank you. The answer is Dagobah.
Yes. I didn't know if it was Dagobah or Tatooine.
He Stygobahs right out of there and goes straight to the swamps.
Right in the swamp.
Literally right in the swamp. Yeah, 100%.
Right to
What
Disneyland.
is next? Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon from Lando Calrissian while betting on the outcome of what type of contest? Is it Sabacc? Is it Kessel Run? Is it pod races or is it Duel Monsters?
Oh, crap. I don't know.
Duel Monsters is the little chessboard game. Pod races, you know from episode 1. Kessel Run is like that thing that Luke talked about. And Sabacc is a card game.
This is a guess.
The answer is... Oh, we're waiting for players. I guess mobile as well. Yeah, when he was dying on a glacier and the Force Ghost told him to find Yoda. The answer, Sabacc.
Oh, yes. That's where it comes from?
That's where it comes from. So we are going to teach you all how to play Sabacc tomorrow night. Me and Chris have not OG, I don't know why I said that. We have cards. We have legitimate Sabacc cards. It's a literal game that exists in the canon of Star Wars world, and it's all about adding up some numbers and stuff. And Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon against Lando Calrissian in a game of Sabacc that's explored in Solo, the movie, which how could they make that movie so bad when it has such good stuff to say?
Such good Sabacc.
Yeah, such good Sabacc.
Well, when we got the Sabacc cards, where are they? Do you know where they are?
Yep, they're in my drawer. I know exactly.
Okay, good.
Wait, what race is Ula, the dancer from Jabba's palace who gets eaten by the Rancor? What race is she? Rodian, Twi'lek, Mandalorian, or Quarren? Deb, I did not give you all the answers. I gave you some of the answers.
Sam said nerds. Sam, I love you.
Highlighted nerds. Tater Tot. Come here, Tater Tot. Tater Tot. Oriole, what are you up to? I can't believe I'm doing so badly with the movies I know best. Reveal answer. The answer is Twi'lek.
Oh, I didn't know. I guessed Twi'lek, but I didn't know if it was Twi'lek because she's green, not blue.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's the ears, the things
you
that come down.
know.
It does. It's this thing. The race of Twi'lek is the one that has those things
now
that
you're
come
like
down.
I don't know, an anthropologist of this.
Yes.
Or an epidemiologist, a phlebotomist.
Mm-hmm. That's the one. Do you know in
a Twi'lekotomist?
That's what I am, for real. In Mandalorian and, in Boba Fett, remember the club that they go to?
Oh, yeah. I love that club.
It's
so good. It's got a huge cover, but it's worth it.
And the music really.
Oh,
it slaps.
Bops.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bop. Everything. The dancers, everybody's got really long lips in there.
Do you remember the dancer from Flashdance that I did the highlight on with the water that goes down?
Yeah.
Do you remember
That's Alien, though, isn't it?
No. Do you remember the woman in the club? That is the Twi'lek. That is a Twi'lek.
Yeah.
All the
Twi'leks go to the club.
You know in Schitt's Creek, the waitress
at the club.
No,
with the Twi'leks
at the Tropic Diner.
Yeah, that's Ewan McGregor's daughter or whatever. Edward.
What's her name?
Twilight Princess. Twyla.
She's another Twi'lek.
Moving on. She is, but she goes to the club. And she only goes to the club.
What kind of weapon does Leia threaten Jabba with while she is disguised as a bounty hunter? Is it a lightsaber, a thermal detonator, a proton grenade, or a thermal disintegrator?
I picked the wrong one. And I read it wrong. No, that's not fair. I want my points back. I want to go to the judge.
What just happened?
I literally picked. Ugh, I'm so mad.
Oh, I'm
not going to win. I'm not going to win my magnet now.
I gave you this answer, and I said it multiple times. The answer was thermal detonator.
I clicked thermal disintegrator by mistake, but I knew it's thermal detonator.
So did many other people.
It's fine. We're the cool club.
Tell yourself.
We're the cool club.
I don't know why that word sends me. You sent me the thing on Applebee's. Applebee's After Dark, by the way, was a thing, and there was a club. Okay, in Return of the Jedi, who was the leader of Red Squadron during the attack on the Death Star? Was it Wedge Antilles? Was it Biggs Darklighter? Was it Luke Skywalker? Or was it General Dodonna? Do not laugh at any of these questions.
I don't know the answer to this one, but Biggs Darklighter, I'm not mad at that name. Biggs Darklighter. Did you make this up?
No, I got these from a website. Clerb makes me laugh. I agree. It's every time. And it's K-L-E-R-B. Excuse me, Mozzie.
Is it, though? I just spell it Clerb with a K, but...
Oh, we got divided answers here. The answer is Wedge Antilles Official. This is the one that messed y'all up.
I said General Dodonna.
No, that's not a thing.
I don't know.
R.I.P. Porkins. Yeah, remember that guy? And remember, unfortunately, he was the one who was like the heftier one of the group, and they named him Porkins. It's terrible. All right, where are we going? Last question. What type of droid is R2-D2? Is he an engineer droid, a service droid, a protocol droid, or an astromech?
Oh, I know this. Got it.
Hi, Bernie. Can I see what you picked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Elias. Mm-hmm. Oh, little seal of approval from Elias.
The answer is... I can't believe you did not get a 10 out of 10.
I know. I clicked the wrong one, though. I would have
to say, folks, this is legitimately an expert level.
No,
it's hard.
I wouldn't have gotten a 10 out of 10 because I didn't know. I got General Astromech or whatever it is.
Oh, you did Dodonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. The answer is Astromech. He is not a protocol droid. Those are the ones that look like C-3PO. A service droid, I don't know what those kind of look like. I think it may be the ones that are more conical.
No, I think the service droids are the like ones where you boop the nose. They're the...
Oh, you're right. From episodes 1, 2, and 3.
I think they're...
Yeah. And then engineer droids are... I don't know. I don't know what those are. Oh my God, I'm excited. What is the final result?
Who's going to win the Muskrat Nation?
Paul McGreen, you won.
Oh, shoot.
Wow, you really killed it. Cookie Sherry, you were so close. Heidi, you were so close. Brittany Peanut, you were so close. And by that, I mean you were half away. Chris, you were up next.
Oh,
This is crazy.
Paul, send us an email to therealairstreamers@gmail.com where you want us to send out your magnet and stickers and everything.
Oh, Cooking Sherry said rats. I panicked and picked the wrong squadron leader.
And also, Paul, holy crap, 200,000 points? Jeez Louise.
That was fantastic. Kara, you said it. I didn't, but you're in last place by 121,000 points. So wait, if you're negative 121 and then Paul is plus 200, that means that you're negative 321 points away. 1,000, right? Am I right on that?
What?
Paul has 200. Kara has minus 121.
Oh, yeah.
So that means that Kara is minus 321 away from
literally in the
Paul.
dumpster.
Yeah. that was Chris, not me. Oh my God. That's wild.
I can't believe Cheddar
Wild.
I don't even know what to name this cam anymore. Where is Eloise?
Heidi,
she's on strike.
Cooking Sherry, and Brittany Peanut, and C. Markson, all 5 of you, and Paul, of course, winning. Really nailed it. Good job. Wow.
I mean, basically everybody nailed it except for Kara.
No, we have a ton of folks. From 15 on, there's minuses.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Oh, that was so much fun. I love that. And why is my name highlighted? I don't know why your name's highlighted. Where was it highlighted?
Oh, I love these trivia nights, Elias. These are so fun.
These trivia things, look, tomorrow we're going to do 7, 8, 9, but past that, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I plan a week ahead, and I will plan it out and see what happens. So time was too fast still. That was 25 seconds. That was double the amount of time.
What's the options?
I think I can only go to 25, or maybe there's a 30.
25 was okay, but 30 would be better.
So I have a question for you. Who asked that? Kathy, were you playing on mobile or desktop? I have a question, an important question about that. I meant to say Astromech Droid and said protocol by mistake. Doi, said OG Steve. Well, I mean, what are you going to do? I deserve a loser pasta dinner. The trivia integration in Twitch is awesome. It is. I love it.
Kara, I approve. I approve of that.
I came in 8th, but missed the first question, Pink and S. Okay, so Kathy played with mobile. Here's my suggestion, and let me know what you think. There is an option before you start that says mobile latency. And I think what that does is when you turn it on, because mobile people receive the stream slower than, or not slower, they receive it later than desktop users. And so what I think is happening is that it's accounting for 25 seconds from the moment we hit start, which means that when the mobile user gets it, let's say 20 seconds later, they literally have 5 seconds to do it so that it remains within speed. The mobile latency button, it says when you press this, everyone will be on the same page, but it's going to delay the questions. So
you have that option, or
I never enabled it. No. I enable it before I start, which what I think happens is
you should enable that.
When I press the button and it says 25 seconds, you will have 25 seconds and then your time will be up. But then the mobile user will also have 25 seconds from when they get it, which means my ability to press like reveal answer is going to have to wait on the slowest mobile user.
Yeah, that's fine. We can literally fill the gaps.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I understand now and I will make a note of that and we're good to go.
Can I start the giveaway?
Yes, please. And I have actually a CCGI for you, believe it or not. I think you're going to get it real quick. But.
Listen, this is... So Steve, OG Steve won the Rebel Alliance, the good guys. So let's see who the mole people in the sky decide is going to receive the bad guys logo.
Let's see.
While that's happening. It could be OG Steve. Who knows?
While that's happening, OG Steve, how about Mario Kart tomorrow? Excuse me, we still have a whole 3 set of movies to talk about, and if we can talk about these movies at length the way we've been going, we haven't even
watched them yet, Elias.
I know we're gonna watch one tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna have to watch two of them. I'm saying we're gonna wake up early. We have a plan for it.
I don't have a plan.
While this is happening, I'm gonna go to CCGI. Chris, I'm going to ask you. This is an unusual CCGI. I actually meant it for Tuesday's stuff, which was episodes 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So with that in mind, I'd like you to tell me who's in the scene, what movie's it from, what's happening. I have a super zoomed up, close-up version of a still image of the movies.
Okay.
I think you're going to get it. Let's see how quickly you can get it.
Got it.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going to get it.
Ready? Go. Boom. What is it? Quick. Who is it?
Oh, this is episode 2, Clone Wars.
Yes.
And this is Edward Eisenhower showing the diner guy. This is the clone little... No?
Showing...
The diner guy. Oh, showing the librarian. Showing...
Ooh, interesting. I didn't think this was going to get all exciting like this.
Who is he showing? Yoda? Oh, he's showing his best friend. He's like, look, I found this freaking thing, and I don't know what it is, but it's really cool looking.
Abishi, I agree. I don't understand like why Chris is not absolutely shit-faced, to be honest. Listen, after 3 shots, impressive. And we didn't have any dinner. Speaking of the dinner,
Elias,
oh my God.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, but I feel like you've had less shots in the past and you've been red and like loosey-goosey and like, is that a thing?
A goosey.
Or does loosey-goosey mean something I shouldn't say on stream?
No, that's fine. Loosey-goosey.
Oh. Focus. Who is he showing?
I think he's showing the diner person.
The answer is he's not.
But who? Anakin.
He's showing Anakin. Yeah. When? Think about it.
I don't know. Oh, is this after they
It's like your favorite scene of episode 2, you said. Well, not your favorite. I'm being Elias about it.
What is my favorite scene? I don't know.
No, remember the whole chase thing? Who?
After when they're flying and then they shoot the changeling.
Yes.
And then they pull it out and he's like, what is this thing?
Yes, he's looking
at it.
Where
am I supposed to?
And then where does he go from here to Rex?
He goes to the diner. Oh, the diner.
Yeah. What was the guy's name?
The
Clurb?
No, Elias, look.
No, it's
everybody goes to the Clurb, and then after the Clurb, they go to the diner, and then they have grilled cheese and fries at the Clurb. After
Dex.
the club.
I was close.
Yeah, Dex, the diner.
Oh my God, his name is Dexter Jetster. Shut up. His name is Dexter Jetster. I can't say that. Say that. Say it. Look.
You want some death sticks? You don't want to death sticks. You want to go home and just do some stuff, not sell death sticks.
What? Read this name.
They're talking about death sticks on the chat.
Oh, read this name.
Dexter, Dex, Jester.
Get rid of this. Read this
Jetster.
and that. Read this to that.
Dex, Jetster.
This to that.
Dexter, Jetster.
See? Do it again.
Dexter, Jetster.
Good job. Dexter Jetster.
That's a lot.
That is quite a bit. What is death sticks?
Oh, Elias, really? The guy who's like, you want
No. Where is
Elias,
it in the chat?
when he's like, you want to buy some death sticks? And then the guy's like,
yeah.
No, I don't want death sticks. Just stop. I don't want to buy car insurance. I don't want death sticks. I don't want any of that stuff.
Turn in the club. Oh, those Greasy Spoon, New Jersey vegetarians probably love that diner scene. I'm telling you, grilled cheese and fries from a diner is a next level thing. Tell us who sent you. Tell us now. Catch me in the club, a bottle full of bird. They drink Jawa juice at Dex's Diner. Yeah, and remember in episode 2 of Lego Star Wars, if you were watching back then, there was a scene where we had to deliver the proper food items to the proper tables, which I thought was a fun thing. And one of them was
I think
Jawa
I ruined
juice.
all of those orders, right?
You did every single one of them.
I think I actually kicked the order under the table and we couldn't get it.
We broke it.
And then you got it. And then you still served it.
Yeah.
Great, Elias. Great.
You want to go
Good thing
home
you
and
never
rethink
worked
your
in
life.
food service.
You know what? I take offense to that.
You never worked in food service.
I did.
No, you didn't.
My father. Oh, I have my photos to show. My father's lunch truck. I worked one day.
I'm not.
I made meat sandwiches for the folks who wanted to line up for their lunch because they were in the corporate, system, and they needed their half hour of food, and they waited in the lunch truck line in Jersey City, and I served meat sandwiches, which was basically like my mom's
roast beast.
No, it was kind of like the macaronada, meat.
Yeah.
In like a hot dog bun, essentially.
Like a sloppy Joe.
Yeah, kind of like a sloppy Joe. I did that. I did that for one day.
Yeah, that's not working in food service.
Okay, pick a winner, and I want to show you stick around right afterwards because I have a couple of photos to show you. They're fun. They're great.
Yeah, right? Heather, that does not count. Okay, am I picking a winner?
Yeah, right?
Yes. Okay.
And the winner is... We still have a couple minutes left, folks, after this, so just stick around because I want you to see these photos.
Who is going to win the Galactic Empire?
Patsy213, you're the winner.
Congratulations, Pat. Patsy hasn't won in a long time.
This is episode 182, right? Wait, is it 182?
183.
Who was episode 182's winner?
Did I make the number wrong?
Oh, I made the number wrong. It's episode 183.
Congratulations, Patsy. I don't think Patsy's got an evil bone in her body, though. But I think she's going to wear this with pride. You know what? She's going to wear this ironically. She's going to be like,
100%.
I am a good person, but I'm going to I've got a little bit of an evil side, and that's okay.
I'm going to show you my slideshow now. It's only a couple of slides. I just want you to see. Hold on, Chris. Whoa.
No, I'm going back to here.
No, I'm in the middle, but I'm doing it.
I want to see this.
Oh, look at my grandma. This is her little Yoda face. And she was wonderful. This is in the middle of Greece, in the middle of nowhere, in the mountainside. And that's my grandfather. And his name is Panagiotis. Her name is Aristea. Or Rea, as people call her. And Panagiotis is Panayotti. That's my brother's name. My brother was named after this man.
I'm so mad I never got to meet her. I feel like I would just have a blast with her. We would make all of the macaronada together. We would talk about sewing. Did she have a sewing machine?
No,
or
she did everything
just sew by hand.
Yeah.
I would be like, listen, Aristea, I have this magic machine that I will show you, and you can make all of these wonderful things. And she would be like,
yeah. Oh, she was always very amazed by technology. Even like her little TV antenna that she had, like the fact that a TV existed with the antenna, she would lose her mind. This little wooden box my grandfather built, and they would store stuff in there, but it also functioned as a seat. This was on the patio.
She's just the cutest.
And she was the cutest. Watch though, wait for it. Look at me and my freaking grandma. That is me. That is my grandma. We are in the middle of the jungle. Oh. And this was what my life was, and I was living.
This is a 1980s. This is a 1980s Gap advertisement, I think.
Look at me, a little model, right?
Yeah, both of you. She's like, listen, I'm the older generation, and you're the younger generation, and we're gonna both sell clothes together, and it's gonna be great. I am
serving it. Babu and Yaya. Paul, I think someone redeemed. Yeah, Paul, you redeemed the language lesson. That's how I call them. Yaya and Papu. You could say Yaya Aristea if you want to separate her from your other Yaya. Like if you want to say which Yaya. Yaya Eleni or Yaya Aristea. I would say Yaya Aristea. But for the most part, I would always just call her Yaya. And my grandfather would be Papu.
But are there things like, so in English, there's like grandma, granny, and then there's like, Nana.
Actually, you know what? See, his daughter, I have a question for you if you know. To Chris's point, is there any other way? Yayula, maybe? Like Yayaula, something like that? But I think it was just Yaya. I don't really remember there being a pet name. No. OG Steve, I have seen Star Wars at this point. That's why I would call her Yoda at this point.
I'm loving the like how she always has her hair up in the bandana thing.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate that. I think I would go to her and I would be like, I always wear a hat because I don't want that nonsense.
Do you know what's actually really cool, Chris? You bring that up. I'm going to also type in the chat. Her name is Aristea, like this. And then Panayotis, like that. Chris, to your point,
I am just so sad that I never got to meet her because I feel like I would just, out of all of like the, I've met some of the older generation in Greece, and I feel like some of them are just not very welcoming. I feel like I would just immediately connect with her.
100%. This photo was 1914. I want to say 1990, 1991. Yaitsamu. Yeah, that's another one too, for sure. So her hair thing, Chris, one of my favorite and most sort of like, intimate's the wrong word, but it's like, I felt like I sort of witnessed something I probably shouldn't be looking at. But every night she would, in the kitchen, she would sit down by like the little like fireplace thing, and like the setting was beautiful. It was like the only light that was coming in was from the little, like, I'm saying fireplace, but it was like the
embers of the fireplace.
No, there wasn't a fireplace. It was, they cooked in it. So like the oven, but it was with like wood. Mm-hmm. And so that was the light, and she would she would let go of her bandana, and her hair was down to like her thighs.
Oh, really?
And she would sit there every night and undo the braids that she had in there. She would straight up Leia style wrap the braids around her head. And then the next morning she would wake up in the like sort of colder moments of the morning and start the process of braiding her hair. And then after the braids were complete, she would do like 2 big long braids and then wrap the braids around her head and then put the bandana on so that it was never in her way as she was doing her yard work. Because the yard work was like picking the corn and going to the chickens and going to the tomatoes.
I love that. I love that. That is so friggin' cool.
Yes, wood burning stove. Thank you. It was a wood burning stove. And that's what she would do. And what I'm saying about the intimacy is, she never did that ever.
No, it's
in
like
person.
a vulnerable moment for her because like it's always, from your perspective, it's always sort of like hidden.
Always.
And then
always,
she's sort
always.
of going through her daily routine.
That's always, yes. That's exactly it.
Anybody outside of the family would never see that routine.
Exactly.
You as a member of the family
got
to see
her. And I got to live with her for a couple of years, for months at a time. And sometimes it was just me and her and my grandfather for the longest time. And so when I tell you, like, whenever I get, like, I'm not there now, like at this moment in time, but if I let myself go there, when I get like sentimental, like really sentimental about family, it's my mom and my grandma, like, and I could cry.
I think, I don't know
sure.
if that's a gay thing or what, but I feel the same. My mom and my grandma, like, those were definitely.
And here is me with my donkey, and to the left of the screen, I'm not going to tell the story because I've said
what
I'm
an
not
ass,
going to.
Elias! You're such an ass.
To the left of the screen, there is a goat. That is the story of the goat, which maybe one day I'll share, but that will be
I don't want to share that story.
And then what else?
That's the donkey that's the donkey that poops out Chex Mix?
Yeah, and also eats the apple and creates like all of the water in the world. This is my aunt, Lambrini. That's my grandma. And my grandma is doing the whole milk in the goat thing. And the goat, this was the mom goat, and she would have an abundant amount of milk. And
I feel like that goat is giving a lot of side eye. She's like, I've been here before, and I'm not. No, not today. Not today. Yeah.
And this room, this like thing that we're in, was a stable that my grandpa built. And so on the ground here, this ground is basically fertilized like poop nuggets. They do the little like olive poops, and they're just walking and like 50 of them will just fall out at once. It's the craziest thing. It's very sort of clean poop, I gotta say. It's just like, and then like if someone opened up Tic Tacs and let them out of the bottle, that's what that looked like.
Oh yeah.
But like olives. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's my grandma. Look at her. Where
does Yaya get all of the nice fabric from?
She goes into the main. So remember how like the town was the Dracotripa was like the town of Dracotripa.
Yeah.
But then remember, if we drove like 30, 40 minutes away, there was Muzaki, which was where Ellie lived, which was the bigger town.
Yeah.
That was the metropolis, you can call it, of this area. So she would probably go and organize, knowing when the like fabric salesman would be there, and would go on like a specific day and probably buy the fabric.
But how does she know, like, I want like 6 yards of this?
I don't know.
Nice
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But then she would buy all the fabric, and she would then spend the time to do all the work. Like when we talk about like in our lives, we have
what scares me is that like when I did the whole gloves, and I made the gloves, and I was like, order this much fabric and then go get it and I'll make it. Like, she wouldn't have clothes if she ordered the wrong amount of fabric. Like,
I know.
Then it's not like you can just go on the internet and buy more fabric. Like, you're just waiting for the salesperson to come around again.
You know what's really weird, and I don't know how to say this without sounding weird about this, but I know what body odor smells like, and I feel like there would almost be an inherent body odor to like these people, and I never ever really smelled that or felt that was a thing. And I wonder what that's about too. Like, how did that come to be? Because they definitely didn't wear like deodorant or something like that. So I wonder what that's like. Why is that? Is it the food? Is it like what they ate, which was the very Mediterranean diet that like?
Oh no, I think it's showering.
Well, of course, but they didn't shower regularly. They didn't have a shower. They would go into like the one room and basically like survive or bathe themselves.
Yeah, that's a shower.
When you just take like a wet cloth and wipe it across your body, it is not the same as letting water hit your body for an extended period of time and then you dry yourself off. It's different, but that's an observation. I think you have her smile when you do a closed mouth smile. Oh my God, that brings tear smiles. I hope I'm not being rude. I watched the video on IG where Elias asked his mom for cooking advice. I do see a family resemblance all around. Funny enough, this is my dad's family. So my dad's, not my mom's family. My dad, this guy a lot of people in my family look like this guy. The sort of strong face and like the mouth, kind of the eyebrows.
This is an iconic picture. He is obviously a bigger person than Ari Estrella. Like in this, and you can see it in the picture. Like he is a dominant figure. I want to just say she's sitting there with her hands crossed, like, don't F with me.
100%.
And she's got that little smile where she's like, I'm going to be nice, but if you're going to F with me, he's not going to be the one to F you up. I'm going to be the one to F you up.
You know what's crazy you're saying that? She, for as long as I've known her and as long as I've lived there and did whatever, I never, ever, ever, ever once saw her or heard her get angry like a
Oh, I don't think she needs to get angry.
No,
I think
she's the type that like
yeah, she's like it. Yeah, it's not it doesn't matter.
No, it's not even like saying you're dead to me. It's like I'm not including you in my life. Bye. That's kind of what it was. She's the one who, when I walked into the room once and I said, yeah, there's a big grasshopper in here. She walked in, stepped on it with her bare foot, picked it up, crumbled it in her hand because she wanted to make sure it was dead, and then threw it in the garbage. That's who this was.
I'm so sad I never got to meet her.
So these were the pictures. I hope that you all enjoyed them. It's a wonder you didn't have an SNES, LOL. Well, yeah, makes sense, right?
Well, I mean, Ari Estrella maybe could have made it for you if she worked.
Yeah, can you imagine telling them you were a data scientist?
Oh,
yeah. Saw them? Yeah.
I think she'd get it. I think she would
never, ever. Wait, we said that one. Seriously cool photos, and thanks for sharing. Thank you for looking at them, and thanks for all being here and participating in that. Oriole from
Muskrat Love. You know what I always think of, like, Elias, when we watched...
I'm going to give Cheddar Muskrat Love.
What is that movie with Hector and everyone? The Disney movie.
I have no idea. Hector? Oh, wait.
The one with like the Day of the Dead. Oh, Coco. I feel like this is a very Coco moment where you and I talk about your grandma a lot because like I feel like I missed out not connecting with her. I feel like we both share a very strong love for our grandmas, and that now we're sharing her with the Airstreamers community, and like she's living on because of that.
Remember me.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. And it would absolutely blow Aristea's mind to know that these two random people, not random, I shouldn't say that. These two people, family members in America, thousands of miles away from her, are still talking about her in the year 2022. She would lose her mind over it. So here's to Aristea. And with that said, we're going to head out. And tomorrow, hopefully we're done watching 789 because we have a lot of work to do today. If I want to continue my little yes-no system, I got to get to it and do some work. If I don't want to continue it, then I don't continue it. And you get what you get and you don't get upset. But listen, we made a commitment and we made a promise that we're going to do Star Wars Week this week. And I really want to fulfill that. Tater Tot, what are you doing?
Oh, my God. And look at Cheddar. Cheddar is Cheddar.
Tater Tot, don't attack Eloise. He just attacked her tail. We're going to go.
This is a revolving door of a muskrat camp tonight.
Thanks, folks, for being here. Congratulations to the winners of tonight's stream, and we'll all see you tomorrow evening. Have a good night. Oh, and by the way, there's a little special surprise tomorrow you might get if you tune into the stream. Not that I shouldn't have said it that way. It was the wrong way. You will be greeted with a certain...
Greedoed?
Mm-hmm. Greedoed. With a certain someone if you tune in tomorrow. So please, who knows how it's going to go, but tune in and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Please come join us on this
dark side.
From the
light side, good side, bright side.
But
Mr. Brightside, that's a good song. Okay, folks, we're going to go. See ya. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Airstreamers. Bye.
Bye, everyone.